So with that, I think we're good to jump back into Lorn's lore. Hope everyone's doing well. We played this, like I said, I think last time I played it was November of 2024. So it's been over a year. That new DLC stuff I'm curious about, so we will jump into that maybe a little bit later. But I kind of want to see if we can get a little bit further with the main game. So let's jump back in. Looks like there's not a continue option right now. And in fact, yeah, there's no continue option here. So we'll just start this chapter. I do see we did collect some collectibles. So presumably that will... that will be preserved. Oh, we get the opening and everything. In that case, we can probably go fast. Do I want to skip the intro? I think I might just skip the intro. Because we've watched this before. Hold E to skip. Yeah, we've watched it before. Yeah, we are a robot fella. We are a robot fella, and we're just trying to find our way. Intro very reminiscent of White Knuckle. We've played a decent bit of. Ooh, mouse sensitivity is real sensitive. Wowie. Yeah, and all of that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and lower the mouse sensitivity. I don't think I ever uninstalled this game, so I'm a little bit surprised that the stuff has a reset, or at least some of it has. Oh, maybe there isn't a mouse sensitivity option. Oh, shit. Oh, here we go. Well, no. Yeah, here we go. Aim sensitivity. So I'll lower that a decent bit. So some things got reset. Still pretty sensitive. Yeah, still pretty dang sensitive. Don't be so sensitive. Gosh. So overly sensitive. Okay. That feels a little bit better. Of course, I have jump, and there isn't like an auto ledge grab mechanic. And the first little bit of this game goes before you actually have the ice picks yourselves. So, like I said, the plan is to kind of maybe fast track through a good chunk of this. Because we've already done this intro. Now, granted, it's been a while since I've played the intro. It has been a hot minute. I'm going to raise the volume up. It's very quiet. And of course, I was more referring to raising the volume on my end. Do one of these. I think, yeah, we can't make that jump. I can't jump up to that guy unless, no, I think we're going down. We're trending downwards. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, it's like I know it's making noise. It's just very, very quiet. Oh god, global volume is... What the fuck? 0. What the shit? Maybe I did that as like why would I have done that previously? That's bizarre. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why the settings are weird. But that might be the culprit. There we go. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about the questionable audio situation there. You can hear a little bit. Actually, I'm going to raise it up a little bit more now. Yeah, why that was set to 0? That's so bizarre. That's so bizarre. Unless it was one of those where the game... I mean, we've had it before where turning the volume down to 0 doesn't always, like, lower the volume fully. We have had that before, so maybe this is one of those games where originally it was too loud, and maybe that has since been changed. Regardless, yeah, very weird. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can grab that. No, I don't think I can. Let's see. It looks like... Oh, here we go. Yeah. Here, just climb on these guys. Much better. Because, yeah, so much of the game, hold F. Oh, for walking. And also for paying respects. For being very respectful. If you're holding F, it's one thing to pay to you know, press F to pay respects, but holding F to pay respects, you know, very deeply respectful even. Now, the fun like little trinkets. The fun little fellers. How do I get the little fellers? Oh, actually I think I might have screwed it. Whoop. Yep. Ka-thunk. And of course, the fun little trinkets are not the end all be all. In fact, I might have crossed that broken bridge, that there might not be an opportunity to go back for that, unfortunately. I see multiple ways down, but none that lead up in a way that seems doable. So that might be something we just have to come back for at a later date. Or maybe set the chapter. I'm not sure it's worth it though. Like I'd rather keep the show on the road. I want to at least get back to where we were last time, because I think I would recognize where that was. One down there as well. No. I think we'll save. We can make this. Yeah. Because that's the thing. You do there. There's not like a lack of fall damage. Basically, it's not like you're immune to fall damage in this game. But there's also not really a health bar, so you're either alive or you aren't, and there is a fall distance beyond which you will get got, beyond which you will take damage. Don't remember your password. So, left click. So yes, if you like have if Humpty Dumpty suffers a great fall that is too spicy, then you will get got. You will get got and you will die, and it will not be fun. I think I can just slow it down. No, I cannot. I guess we'll probably just go in there then. I can maybe try a little something. Not quite. Not quite. I think maybe I could climb that thing. Oh, actually, you sort of can. No, you can't. You slide right back down. Never mind. In the tunnel we venture. A long, long tunnel. Long. It's a long boy. A long man, if you will. Whoa, shit. Ka-chunk. There it is. I slipped and ate shit. As opposed to shitting and eating slip. I don't even know what that would mean. So yeah, this is one of those games where, you know, is it climbing or is it falling with style? Right now it's falling with style, or it's falling with care. Because again, you don't want to like suffer too great of a fall, because then you will just get splorted. There might be other things that damage you or that harm you. I can't remember if there's like honest to goodness bad guys in this game, like there are in White Knuckle. White Knuckle, well, for one thing, White Knuckle you're climbing instead of climbing down most of the time. But in White Knuckle there are honest to goodness bad guys and a plethora of secrets. This game's a little bit more, maybe straightforward isn't the right word, but because it is like kind of non-linear in how you approach certain situations and certain puzzles and certain climbing challenges. So like there's not truly just one way to beat the game or one way to platform through a certain area. But I would say, yeah, the game is a little bit more straightforward. For one thing, this game is, I don't think anything is procedurally generated. I think White Knuckle is procedurally generated. I don't think any... Well, actually, I say that. Is that right? I think that's correct. I think White Knuckle is... I think it's procedurally generated, and I... zoom in, which is nice. You can zoom in real far. Whereas this one is you know, static. The waypoint hints. So out of curiosity, the next one is right there. That's what they recommend, which makes perfect sense. I'll try not to use that too often if I can help it. Whoop. But once we get the ice picks, then we're going to be really in business. Really in business. Hogwood, yeah. Go, climb up to this thing. We get Aleph in the house. What's up, Aleph? Another 6 Degree of Freedom game. Well, of course, this one is very much a first-person, just like ground-based platforming kind of game. 6 Degrees of Freedom would imply that I could freely fly around in all 6 degrees, up, down, forward, back, left, and right, making the 6 degrees. This one is 4 degrees with a limitation of 5 because you can jump. But again, I can't just fly. I'm very much limited by ground movement. Some old landlubber. Some regular ass landlubber. Yeah, is it more akin to Mirror's Edge? I would say yeah, it's more akin to Mirror's Edge than Desecrators or Descent or any of those kinds of 6 Degrees of Freedom movement kinds of games. Can I make that jump? Whoop! Yes. As we all know, these games work better, and you jump better, and you have a bigger penis if you make the jump noise with your mouth. If you physically go whoop, or even better, if you like lean into the jump physically as you're like trying to make the thing. You kind of lean into that shit, then you're really gaming. Then that's really pod racing. Now that's pod racing. Now that's what I call gaming. All right, so I think right down there, I think is going to be the ice picks, as memory serves. So I think what I can do is I can hop here, jump up, whoop, and ka-chunk. Oh, never mind, I died like a dumbass, which is a little surprising. Oh, maybe how now, brown cow. So maybe what I was supposed to do, I can't jump up from there. Should I just try again? Maybe if I don't jump this time. Yep. Ka-chunk. Alright, yeah, so I think it was just that little bit of extra fall that got my ass. There they are. E. There's some horribly disfigured dead body next to it. It's a good time, man. Yeah, the new Star Wars Racer, and it's not just pod racing, but yes, Star Wars racing game. Not on my bingo card either, but I'm here for it too. Cthulhu awakens, Atlantis reveals itself, Hell freezes over, pigs start flying, Half-Life 3 gets announced. That's right, Justin. All that and then a bag of chips. And of course, you do have limited stamina, but this does increase our climbability by a whole bunch. Toggle UI. That's kind of cool. Kind of neat. Look down and yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. So like climb up and then like. So again, we have limited stamina. We can't just climb forever. But this is where things really take off. I am gonna see what's back her. Oh, I see a shiny. That shiny. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it and see what it entails. Now, I think... Yeah, I think like some surfaces you can't climb onto, like this metal you can't climb onto, basically. So, as close as we are, I think we are indeed a little bit ways away from being able to reach that thing. We'd have to... do something. I guess we'd have to, like... I dropped down from somewhere else, I guess. We could go down there. There was one thing that caught my eye earlier. Kind of slide my way down. Stamina slowly recoups. You're on the ground. So there was one thing over on the other side that caught my eyeballs. I see that purple fella, and I want to say we went down to that purple fella last time we played the game, but I couldn't remember what's down there off the top of my head. The glowing is very reminiscent of what feels right. Just feels right. It just feels like there should be something over there that is worth our attention. Only a matter of time. There's my mom, by the way. Hi, Mom. Happy New Year, Mom. Hope you had a nice New Year. You all should be jealous. Gracie and my mom and I, the three of us, got to hang out the other night, or the other day, rather. And originally, we weren't sure if I was going to be able to join in on the festivities because it was on Tuesday we got together. I wasn't sure if I was going to have that day off from work, but I did. So the three of us got to hang out for like pretty much the whole day. And we went to our favorite international market, the one I've talked about on stream a bajillion times. Oh, I didn't grab the thing. I'm just going to die. Yep, very good. I was meant to grab onto the wall and I just missed because I'm very smart. Oh, I think I guess the problem is if you're going too fast. Yeah, I think it's like you gotta like babysit a little bit because if you're going too fast, I think you're. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. It was still enough. It was still enough. Okay. Oof. Scary. But no, we went to the international market that I like so much. Went to Global Foods. Got to introduce her to the splendor that is the Global Foods experience. And then we went back to the house and we cooked a whole bunch of stuff. Gracie made challah bread, made us some matzo ball soup, and of course made sure to force my dear mother to go home with a whole gaggle of leftovers, a whole bunch of leftovers. Probably because we already have plenty of leftovers in our fridge. Like we're already set. But because this was, this is the kind of thing she doesn't get to have very often, we made sure to give her the hookup. It was a nice time. It was a really nice time getting to hang out with my mom, especially because like I was telling Gracie that, you know, that family gatherings with like around the holidays and whatnot, it's nice, but it's a good opportunity to see everybody. But at the end of the day, you know, everybody recognizes that when it comes to those kind of gatherings, it's hard to like get one-on-one time with folks, or like small batches of like hangouts with folks, because, you know, there's grandkids running around, there's like a million family members, and I don't know, it's hard to like have like, you know, like a more I don't know, small scale kind of hangout sesh. And that's what Tuesday was great for. Was just getting to hang out with the homies, hanging out with my mom, and my stepdad, unfortunately, it's unfortunate, but it's also like I'm glad that they caught it. My stepdad is having a fairly significant surgery on, let's see, the 5th. I think that's this coming Tuesday. And I could tell my mom, oh, I slipped. I could tell my mom's a little bit stressed about that, because like it wasn't like a planned thing. It kind of came up last minute. So like that's weighing on her mind, and like, you know, it was a good opportunity to just kind of, you know, just vent a little bit about shit going down. It'll be on Monday. Gotcha. It will be on Monday. And, you know, if you've heard this term before, Mom, there's a term that you might hear called Sunday Scaries. If you've ever heard that term, the Sunday Scaries. Usually the Sunday Scaries refers to it's Sunday and you're dreading going to work. The Sunday Scaries, that's like the universal term for like, oh shit, man, I'm nervous about work. Maybe not nervous, but you're like dreading it. You're dreading work. You're dreading Monday. So on Sunday, you're just like stewing and feeling kind of crappy about it. I wouldn't blame Ed if he had a, you know, a more advanced version of the Sunday Scaries on Sunday, because yeah, you know, his situation definitely sounds not great. I'm confident everything's gonna go well, but still, you know, when you have an unexpected thing like that come up, it's like, well, shit, this is not fun. Yeah, I want to say we've found this one once before, but no, it was good. It was good to get to hang out. It was good. If nothing else, just, you know, give my mom a chance to vent, be like, shit is weird. One of my aunts, she also has been having some health stuff going down, so it's like, unfortunately, a lot of folks are having some crappy stuff going around, but you know, we freaking made it, man. 2026, we made it this far. No chance we're slowing down now, so we're just keeping the party going as much as we can. So we made it. Speaking of making it so far, I don't think there's anywhere else we can go. I definitely can't climb any of those spots. I can probably climb on top of this guy, though. And by the way, Mom, I don't know if you watched it, but of course a lot of folks have been talking about the new Stranger Things finale, which did drop today, or I guess last night technically, but dropped today. Grace and I watched it. If anybody has previously watched Stranger Things, and you're kind of unsure about the new season, that kind of thing, I mean, I think the finale is pretty darn good. That's my glowing recommendation, my glowing review. So I thought it was pretty dang good. I enjoyed it a whole bunch. Right. Yeah, slop is a genre. Well, which makes me kind of sad, because I've heard people refer to like Peak. I've heard people refer to the game Peak and Repo as co-op slop. When I hear the term slop, I think of something mass-produced with very low quality, and like in an automated sense. It's like an automated low quality product. That's what I think of when I think of the term slop. And Peak is a great game. Repo is a great game. So the idea of saying like co-op slop as if to say like, oh, there's a lot of co-op games. Okay, fair. There's a lot of them. I'll grant you that. But it's like, yeah, when people call that stuff slop, it's like, no. This is like, these are quality games. Like AI generated nonsense. That's like the definitive definition of slop. And you know AI generated games are coming. Like there's already, what was it, Twitter, the fucking Elon Musk, like he's allegedly started a game studio that is exclusively going to make games using only AI. Like, you know, we know that shit's coming. So it's a question of how annoying and how obnoxious and hard to ignore is it going to be. That's like, we'll save that definition for the things that deserve it. And also, well, yeah, the flu has been crappy. Yeah, what is it? An influenza A, or yeah, H3N2, whatever it's called. Yeah, there's been a lot of that, a whole lot of that. And of course, our friend Ryan, he pops into the stream from time to time. He had COVID last week, and while he had COVID, both of his kids had whatever influenza variant has been you know, making people miserable. Whether it's H3N2 or influenza A, or maybe that's referring to the same thing. But yeah, like that's been crappy. So it's just, man, everyone's been going through it, man. And there's, again, we just had the new year, and you know, it's kind of hard to feel great about the state of just the world, honestly, right now. But you know, I was saying at the end of the stream, it's like, you know, we try to find ways to distract ourselves. We try to find ways to make the world just a little bit more tolerable as well as we can, within what is reasonable, within what is doable. And we do what we can. We do what we can, and just try to get through it. Try to allow ourselves the grace and patience to have fun distractions and hang out with friends and make great food with your mom. So it was, you know, trying to find nice things to distractify myself with nice things to distract from the awful. Aleph had a pretty crappy throat infection. Yeah, I've definitely heard of like a couple of my friends getting sick with like something, like some kind of like just nondescript virus that's not like awful or anything, but just definitely not good. And they get tested for influenza, they get tested for COVID, and it's like the doctor like, I don't know what you have, but it's something crappy, and it'll clear up. But it's like, you know, it's like maybe they could still prescribe some kind of antiviral something, but inevitably sometimes it's like, yeah, man, you just got a shitty ass virus. Sorry, man, just fucking, it sucks. Shit sucks, and just, yeah, roll with it. You roll with it, man. It's a pain in the butt. So I'm sorry to hear you had a crappy one yourself, Aleph. That's no good. Avoided it so far, dude or dad. That is a good thing. That is a good thing. I would say enjoy it while you can. Only, but yeah, some people have all the luck, man. Some folks have just immune systems that are powerhouses, or just very lucky genes. However it is, sometimes it just works out that way. Pretty sure we need to get to that guy. I'm gonna do a quick boop boop. Yeah, we need to get that direction. So it's a question of how do we get down there. So I probably shouldn't have been climbing up. Let's climb down. Oh shit. Yeah, so when you're falling with that level of velocity, you can't like latch on to the wall with the ice picks, which makes sense because, you know, there's just not enough arm strength. Even if you're like a super powered robot, there's just no way. There's just no way you're gonna manage that. So we'll do like little baby drops. Oh, although except when you do that, you are losing some endurance. So maybe I shouldn't be doing that. So I have to be a little bit more smart about this. Now I could maybe make that. Ooh, I don't know. No, I couldn't make that jump. Ain't no way. Can't do that. What if I went up to get down? What if I got up to get down? Just like George Michael's saying. Or I could maybe explore this a ways. Let's try that maybe. Really, if I could slide down that guy, that'd be... Ooh, actually, this might be it. This might be exactly what we need. Might be just what the doctor ordered. Whether the doctor would have ordered a platforming video game, but I'm not one to question his methods. He's the one with the PhD, and I'm just some fucking guy. Some kind of sinus infection. Ugh. Those are awful. I mean, they're rarely, you know, dangerous, but they are frequently terrible and annoying. Whoop. What am I doing? There's nothing to jump onto. Dead. For some reason in my mind, if I jumped onto that slope, I'd be able to jump to something else. I'm trying to look down without committing, without sliding off like that. Because I don't know if I have enough endurance to climb. Can I make it to that one down there? One tricky thing about this game is knowing how to gauge how much endurance you have left for a thing. Thing in there. I can crouch. No, that's just a fall. So, like, I frequently find myself thinking I can climb more than I think I can. A lot of the times, like, I can reach things I wouldn't expect to. And I can simultaneously come up short so much of the time. So it's like I both underestimate and overestimate my abilities in this game. Whoop, there's nothing. There's nothing. God damn. So we need to get down somehow. It's about the same amount of stamina. Right, yeah. When you drop, right, exactly. Yeah, which is good. Which is good. That way you can't, like, screw yourself. I wondered if I could climb up that way. I could do that if I felt so inclined. I don't see a way. Even if I got onto that structure, I don't know if it's in, like, what I really ultimately need to do is climb downwards. Getting on that thing would also be a little bit dubious. There is something there that I'm seeing. I'm like trying to kind of move the camera a little bit. There might be something to this, or about this. How close can I get? As again, maybe I was underestimating this. How close can I get if I just dig down, or not dig down, but go down as far as I can? No jumps, no drops, no nothing, so I can survive this. Yeah, so you get the stamina back for a moment, but yeah, it's you're going too fast. So I was thinking maybe that was something. Let it be known, this is like the first major challenge of the game. Whoop. Okay, almost dropped it. Game does not mess around. This game is a legit challenge for sure. Yeah, I think if I get on that pipe, we're pretty much in good shape here. Jump here, and then kind of continue. Yeah, maybe there's something else on this side. Also, if you have a fear of heights like I do, this is one of those games where like your hands are gonna get sweaty when you play it. I can definitely feel with mine. My hands are getting sweaty. Arm spaghetti. I mean, I would like to land on that pipe, but I think it's too far down. In fact, I know it is. Yeah, it's too far down. Ka-chunk. Get some portal energy. It does have some portal energy, yeah. I mean, there's no portal action, but just the idea of, or just the aesthetic of the world we're in right now. It looks like something out of like a test chamber, basically. One of the test chambers. Oop. What I could maybe do is continue on the path we were earlier to the right and see if we can get down like that little area, maybe? Wondering if I need to go up. Get down with my bad self. That is entirely possible. It seems uncharacteristic. It seems uncharacteristic by this stage in the game. Like, I feel like I should just be trying stuff. Versus just, oh, fuck. Versus falling to my death like a dumbass. You know, trying the same thing over and over again. There is a shiny over there, which I just saw. Is a shiny, which is neat. At one point I saw this and I got excited. Maybe I should take this thread and follow it further. Because at one point I thought maybe sliding down was the key, but it's kind of hard to gauge how far away that is. So if nothing else, I take this further. I suspect the answer might be no. I could go up more. I was wondering if I could reach this pipe. The answer is a not very confident maybe. Although I can definitely reach. Well, can I reach it? I'm cutting it tight. Yeah, we got it. Whew. Aleph says, "No, make the webcam nice and wide for me, Alex. You got it, bud. Nice and wide for Mr. Aleph." And I think it's, is it shift? No. Go, and then we go. Crap, wrong one. Is it control shift? There we no. Well, maybe. Alt. There we go. I can make it more wide. There we go. Nice and stretchy. Nice and stretchy. Look at that. I'll also have a little bit of a silly looking webcam for a while. And if anybody asks, the webcam's not weird. It's got to be something on your end, clearly. Clearly, it's totally normal. By the way, I do notice that quote. Check the date on that quote. Check the date on that shit. Look at that. January 1st. 0101. 2019. That's some vintage shit right there. Goddamn. Alright, so I think this might have been where we, like, pooped out of a tunnel, maybe? I maybe? Not exactly sure. Yeah, January 1st. Yeah, this is indeed where we first started. So I've backtracked. And I don't think this is a game where backtracking is, like, really a thing you're recommended to do. Feel like my heart was in the right place. But perhaps not so much the execution. Right back to where I started. Oop. Continue downwards and see if there's something else I just missed. Just wondering if there's something that I missed, something that I just haven't caught that would make my life so much easier. Thing I can stand on that I just haven't noticed yet. Yeah, if I climb all the way down, that connection right there with that slope automatically, like, fucking murders my ass. So that's not the answer. Entirely possible there might be something else that can be done around here. That's something I'm willing to consider. I'm willing to like further explore, because I was wondering if, like, the lore drop was the main draw with that little area we found, but it's entirely possible that, ooh, shit. Well, I grabbed. I'm not sure if I was supposed to grab, but I done did grab. Oh, but look at that. It kind of goes flat. You can't use it to, like, cheese anything, unfortunately. I mean, I'm gonna try to cheese it, but I think I know better. Yeah, pretty impressive. That's just what yeah, the haters will tell you that my webcam has been digitally altered in some way. Digitally altered. They'll tell you that this is not what I look like normally. But the real ones, they know, man. The real ones know exactly the real story. Real shit, man. Climb back up and take the upper path. Sometimes lose track of, like, which direction I'm facing and which direction I'm like climbing in. So when you try to reverse course, sometimes it gets a little bit weird. Bonky. Bonky, mounky, chonky. Okay. So, given that we've made it to here, we ultimately need to find a way down safely. Is there a way to get down with our bad selves safely from here? Get back down to this thing. Whoop. Yep. Another pipe. Yep. Ooh, got the sweaty hands, man. I'm telling you, this is a sweaty hands kind of game, man. It do be like that. Now, there is something down there. There's a couple things that catch my eye. So maybe that's the key. Now, I know I can't climb on this slidey boy. Like, I can't stand on it. But these protrusions might just be our salvation. Now, I'm putting a lot of trust in the integrity of the pipes in the wall. What are the odds that one of these pipes we land on it? Because we're like a robot, right? What are the odds that we land on it and it just gets loosened and just collapses under the weight of our massive robotic body, if you will? Very real risk. A very real one. We got Sinskism in the house, by the way. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, Sinskism. Thanks for popping in, man. Good to see you, my dude. He's played this game, so I'm gonna run out of stamina. Not surprised. Ka-chunk. But I think we're cooking. I think this is like akin to something we ought to be continuing. This is like a thread to continue to wiggle upon. Now, really, I think I don't even have to... I mean, it'd be nice to get that treasure. The shiny. But I think if I just go down with my bad self, I think that'll be enough. That's good to see you, Sins, because, I mean, yeah, he also enjoyed this game. I never did beat it back in the day, which is part of why I'm like, maybe continuing a little bit with the base game before we try the DLC. Oh, that's still a death? Dang, man. I thought I was cooking, man. I thought that was it. What if I know I was kind of going multiple directions. What if I just like... Oh, wait. Oh, there's one down here. Here we go. Here we go. Pipe I was on was kind of covering that one, but now I see. Now I bet we can survive the downward struggle, the downward spiral. Dopest little hobbit. Also the littlest little hobbit. Well, I guess that's not true. I guess, you know, as far as hobbit heights go, I mean, I'm a short guy for sure. As a human, I'm very short, but I guess as a hobbit, I would be doing okay. Ooh, that was weird. Did my keyboard get stuck? That was kind of strange. Uh-oh. Don't like that. Oh, crap. I might be having another computer moment. Yep, I might need to kill the stream. Start. Can I say continue? Continue this time. There we go. Well, that's reassuring. All right, so let's continue where we left off. Presuming it auto-checkpointed me somewhere reasonable. Okay, well, that's fine. Did it reset my settings, my sensitivity settings? I think it feels okay. Yeah, 3.0, that's where it was. All right, that's fine. All right, so the... Man, it's almost like the universe is conspiring where it really doesn't want me to get, you know, any significant progress. You know, these technical snafus we keep having. Really don't want you to make it too far, Alex. We gotta keep hitting you with these speed bumps. Jump. There we go. But anyway, I'm pretty sure we've got what we need. And I think, sure enough, it was a matter of really the linchpin with all this was discovering the pipes underneath that were protruding from the wall. Don't know if I have any memory of doing this last time when we'd played this game previously. Now, granted, it's been a while since I last played this game, and it's also possible that they might have, like, you know, changed or like rebalanced some aspects of the game. That's entirely possible. But I don't seem to recall kind of doing this kind of down and around approach. I'm not complaining. Not complaining. So yeah, so let's drop down here and then go down for that lower path. Pretty insidious putting that lower pipe so directly underneath the pipe we are standing on right now, obviously. So you kind of have to know, you have to see it on your way down. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, annoying that it's so many tech issues. And I knew something was off because, like, I had that thing where if any Windows users have had this before, where like your inputs get sticky, if that makes sense. Right, when I landed, like I started to like try to walk, and there was like a delay with when my guy started to go. That was when I was like, okay, I know what this is. I know what these symptoms are. Yeah, but now it's like instantaneous. It's when I landed, it is indeed responsive as I would expect it to be. Now, if I want to get the shiny, I can. Also, I don't know, I never noticed this before, but the rainbow particles that are in the air right now, that's kind of cool. Little rainbow particles. I wonder if that's like indicative of saying you are near a fancy shiny. Because if you look over here, there's no like rainbow particles, but up there is. Do I have the goods to be able to reach that thing? I'm gonna say maybe. I can't climb to it directly, but I bet I can climb from here. And then make it to the other side. Oh. I want to climb up. I want to fall down. There we go. Yeah, do you know what I'm referring to, Dude or Dead? Where, like, if you're having a Windows moment, sometimes one of the symptoms is, yeah, like, input delay with your, like, your keystrokes. Cause yeah, my first thought was like, oh, did I do something wrong? And did I, like, am I pressing the wrong button? Because sometimes that happens too, where, like, my hand goes down the keyboard and I'm not on home row, or I'm not on the default WASD stance. Sometimes I'm on EF. I guess that's DS. Like I'm one row over or one column over, so my inputs are like not what I think that they are. I've had that happen before. But yeah, you know what I'm referring to though, and you know it's a symptom that when you see it, you're like, oh freaking heck, what is this, man? We all recognize it. We all know what it's generally a sign of, generally speaking. All right, so we made it to this guy. Made it to the pipe. Of course, it could go down low further, and I think we're probably going to want to. What I am certain of is that when we played this game last, we definitely took this route. I definitely remember taking great pains to make it onto this pipe. To get to this guy. This mysterious shape. This mysterious figure. Might need to just actually get on this other fella to the right if I can muster it. I can muster the courage and or the platforming skill. Or none of those things. Whoop. Oh, I was hoping I could still grab onto the wall from there. Let's reset. Unless I can grab onto the metal parts of this, but I'm not so sure that I can. What I would probably instead just do is... That still kills you, shit. No sprint button, by the way. Let's see if there is... There should be like a safe way to grab onto this guy. If nothing else, going from the wall is one way to do it. That's definitely one way to do it. So I'm just gonna assume this is probably what we're meant to do. Instead of being on the pipe proper, now we're on like the lower path. You guys want to hear something kind of embarrassing? You might have seen that I was drinking out of a fun beverage. I was drinking a fun beverage. And I've mentioned before that whenever I'm drinking out of something like that, generally it's because I put some kind of caffeinated thing together. I get this little Javi, like liquid coffee concentrate stuff. Like iced coffee concentrate, basically. I got those, and I like making those in instances where maybe I have to work in the next morning or I don't want to stay up too late. If I want a little bit of a caffeine zip, but not too much, just like enough to kind of like give me a little pep in my step, but not so much that it'll like fuck up my sleep schedule. So those are like really nice. I'm able to like have fine control over how much caffeine I put into something. So it's really nice. And I tried out, I bought a new basically like a coffee creamer that I want to try out. And I realized, oh, I was gonna say it's not enough, yeah. It didn't kill me, but now I'm right back to where I was earlier. Anyway, there was a new coffee creamer I wanted to try out, but I left it upstairs, so I like got out my cup, and I could just crouch. Well, there you go, I could just crouch. Overcomplicating this whole thing. I realized I left it upstairs, so I got out my cup, and I was all ready to go, and I got the iced coffee concentrate out. But I was like, oh crap, I left the new creamer upstairs. So I ran upstairs, grabbed the creamer, came downstairs, poured the stuff in, poured the regular milk in, and promptly put the iced coffee concentrate away before putting it in the drink. Stirred it together, was drinking it this whole time. I was like, yeah, it tastes pretty nice. And no, I like this a lot. But at one point I realized, like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel the caffeine at all. I feel completely unaltered. And at one point, and like as I was restarting my computer and whatnot, it kind of dawned on me. It's like, I'd never put the fucking iced coffee in there. God damn it. I did the milk. I did the sweetened stuff. And I should have held on. I should have like held on just a little bit longer. It's like, yeah, I did everything, and then because I did the extra step of having to go upstairs for something, my brain took that to mean, okay, cool, like, the rest of the things are done. You've done all 3 things to do, the 3 things, like, I've had this happen before, fucking shit, where, in my mind, if I have to take an extra thing to an outing, if I have to drive somewhere and I have to be like, oh, I have to deliver that, I have to drop by the post office, or I need to drop off a such and such at so-and-so's place, my brain will say, there's an extra thing I need to do. And sometimes that action in my brain will be fulfilled accidentally by doing some other extra thing. So it's like, I'm like, all right, I gotta make sure I grab the thing. And then I'm like, oh wait, where are my keys? Realize I've misplaced my keys. Yee! Trying to like grab on that thing. And then I grab my keys and I go, I found the thing. I'm all set. Let's go. And then like, you know, I begin my journey and realize, fuck, I forgot the actual extra thing. So sometimes that'll happen. It's like, there are 3 steps to this thing, and the third step gets preempted by something else, and then like it just kind of throws everything else out of whack. So I'm like, god damn it, I'm my own worst enemy with like the way my brain tries to compartmentalize various taskings. I wonder if I could just jump. Actually, no, I'll just jump over here. Do I have the goods? Hello, root. Yeah, we've probably saw this one as well. So my ineptitude may or may not have something to do with why Gracie dreams about me washing my dreams in the toilet. That is exactly right, dude or dead. That is exactly right, man. The largest feed pipe past the small biome cluster. Vent controls near the fan in the tunnel nearby. Largest feed pipe. That's where we're going. Guess these are like food stuffs. I don't know if we found this last time. I don't know if we found this like this little like supply station. It's a distress signal. It says failed biome. So we've got to go to the largest feed pipe past the small biome cluster. That's what we're looking for. Presumably that's going to be down this way, probably. I can't remember if we found this previously. Can I analyze this one? We're able to analyze the other one, but yeah, probably not so much this one. I kind of want is... You see the shiny there? I kind of want that shiny. Kind of want... Do I need it? No, it's most certainly not, but I kind of want it. I'm gonna see if I can pull a little something. Yeah. All right, it's cool. So I made it this far. My original thinking, I can make it onto this platform here, but we can't climb onto any of these things. Yeah, I can't climb onto that guy. I think I know the answer to this question. Can I climb onto this guy? No, I cannot. As I fall to my death. Yeah, we'd have to probably drop down from above. And it's not to say that that's impossible. But it might be more trouble than it's worth. Oh, again, I'm frequently overestimating and underestimating our capabilities. As far as like the kind of jumps we can pull, the things we can survive and the things we cannot survive. Like I'm looking up a lot. I'm trying to see if there's like a route I haven't considered, because it seems like there's a lot of times where you do want to get a little creative. What if I don't jump? If I just drop onto it? Okay, that's okay. Yeah, ineptitude, I embrace it, man. Well, maybe I don't embrace it, but I recognize it is an inevitability. If I don't embrace it, I at least recognize I can't control it. I can do my darndest to fight against the inevitable, but it's like I know where this is going. I know where this is going. Also, I think I lied because I do remember trying to get down to that little tunnel area. I think that is the feed tunnel. Yeah, so I'm not sure about getting those shinies that we saw in the distance, which is fine. It's totes fine by me. Not really meant to be a 100% playthrough. Ain't no way. Ain't no way we're making that happen. It just compounds it, man. Yeah. I just try to find ways to work with it, man. Try to find ways to work within my limitations. And like, all jokes aside, you know, like when you know how your brain works, you can like sometimes try to get in front of those kinds of dumbass moments of being like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm such an idiot. So the example I'm giving earlier, if in my brain there's like an extra thing I need to consider, or there's a certain number of steps, is to like try to have those things laid out ahead of time. Or like the example I gave earlier where it's like, oh shit, I misplaced my keys, and me finding my keys makes my stupid brain think that I accomplished like the extra bit that I was looking for. Like the obvious thing, of course, to consider is, okay, I should just have my keys be in the same place every time. Or even better yet, if there's a thing I need to deliver, or a thing I need to take somewhere, put that like in front of the door so I can't possibly see it, or like walk past without seeing it. Those kinds of things right there, to try to make it so that there is just not even opportunity for dumbass Alex to take over. Don't even give him a chance. Don't even like give him the opportunity to appear. Dumbass Alex, nobody likes that guy. Get him out of here. We want competent, normal, relatively normal Alex. He's much more cool. You know, dumbass incompetency. Yeah, it's like this. I realize I kind of put myself behind the 8 ball there. Any sort of... Actually, how far can I take this? Yeah, not far enough. It's entirely possible we can maybe slide on this. Whoop. Oh, I think maybe. I think there might be something to that. Just sliding on that guy, that might be something. It looked pretty steep, so I wasn't sure if it would count as a slide. Good. Thank goodness you can prematurely... oh, shit. You can prematurely... just do a reset versus waiting painstakingly for your guy to like take an awful fall. Ah, there we go. Yeah, again, lots of hand sweat, man. Lots of palm sweat when I play this. I mentioned that about Peak as well. Peak's another good example of that, where it's like you play the game. It's a very good game, very fun with friends, but also it's kind of a tough game. And even if you're playing in the basic level difficulty, it's kind of a tough game, and there are inevitably going to be moments where you're going to start sweating a little bit. It's a little bit spicy. Those with fears with like, if you have an honest to goodness fear of heights, it is not the slightest bit undistressing. It is indeed pretty distressing. I can't help but notice there's other platforms and like pillars, or not pillars, but what do you call them? Beams to maybe climb upon. I think I'll probably take the obvious, the slightly more obvious path at least. I might be able to climb onto something. I know I can't climb onto that metal. Climb onto the metal. Maybe I can make this jump here. Survive to tell the tale. No, or not. You have to like look up or like look out, I think, to make a jump happen versus a drop. Yeah, extreme heights. Yeah, the ones where it's like somebody climbing on like to a radio tower to change a light bulb or some kind of maintenance activity. Fuck that, man. There's not enough money in the world to pay me for that kind of shit. Whoop. Ain't no goddamn way, man. Ain't no goddamn way. Videos of stuff in orbit, yeah. Yeah, where you can see the curvature of the Earth. some space stuff has like a weird kind of cosmic horror aspect to it too sometimes. Just the like unfathomable emptiness and like breadth of how much space. I know this is gonna sound like a stupid thing to say, but just how much space is in outer space, or just how much space is in our galaxy even. Like just how large things are, how large galaxies are, planets are, stars are, like any sort of thing I'm watching, or even, well, maybe to a lesser extent watching, but certainly playing those kinds of things sometimes. To some degree, No Man's Sky does that to me, to some degree, and I haven't played it in a long time. But yeah, just like, cosmic horror isn't the right word, but I guess cosmic existentialism, just like, it's a reminder of how small we all are. It's a reminder of how small we all are, and how big and terrifying the universe is. Much less the galaxy. So yeah, it's just, you just can't ignore it. All the dark matter, yeah, it's something that my little pea brain doesn't understand. High voltage electricity. Oh, right, yeah, I know what you mean, Meerkat. Just like knowing it's there. Just knowing it's there, yeah. Well, of course, Meerkat, you've had like, courses in engineering, and if you've had any sort of, I'm presuming you've probably like had courses, college courses and otherwise, that talked about like the kinds of, ooh, yeah, big, off somehow. There's probably like some details that you've learned about like those kinds of like high-powered utilities. You probably know more than just the average bear into like what that kind of stuff entails, and not just like how much power flows through them, but like what is used to like what that kind of power is used for. I could see that kind of having like giving you a new appreciation for, like you're saying, like high voltage levels of electricity, but also a new, fresh, unladen feeder of it. Like, oh boy, I have knowledge now, and that's cool, but also now I have nightmare fuel. Or knowing of how things can go wrong. Like, there's the situation described. Like, yeah, like a high tension wire like falling down. Like, that's like the kind of thing that, yeah, most normal people wouldn't have to worry about, but someone who has an engineering background, they've probably heard about the nightmare cases. Probably heard about, like, yeah, how bad it could be. I'm gonna climb up. I can't climb this. Now this wall was obviously climbable. This dirt wall, yes. It's not. Oh, I was gonna say it better be. It's not climbable. Yeah, that's weird. Huh. Well, I'll be damned. I really thought it was gonna be climbable. That's very strange. It looks like dirt, like gravel or stone, something. That's no bueno. They were saying that, yeah, so maybe we need to go down further, because they were saying the lowest feed pipe. I thought that's what this was. But the wind turbine, that's what we need to close down somehow. Unless I can go down this way. Oh, this might be it. This might be it. Here we go. I think this is what we're looking for then. So this is the pipe we're following then. Oh, that's actually a lot easier. I thought it was going to be a lot further away. A lot closer than I first thought it was going to be. Yeah, electricity just in general is scary. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know that there's been a lot of discussion about that kind of stuff lately. With regards to, like, now that there's, you know, this concern of, like, AI-controlled robots and that kind of stuff. I mean, of course, there's been, like, the funny videos of, like, the breakdancing robot competitions, and when one, like, fizzles out, or it like, something happens that's outside of its usual list of variables, and you know, outside of its parameters, And it falls over and it starts like making a bunch of funny movements because it like it like can't comprehend the fact that it's fallen over in like an unexpected unexpected manner. It's like its movements are all frenetic and it's silly. Or the one where the guy gets hit in the nuts by the robot, or the Russian robot that just takes 3 steps and falls over, and they like the curtain gets all tangled up trying to cover it up. Like, those videos are funny, but also it's like, yeah, you have a heavy ass robot that is, you know, meant to have a dimension similar to a human, which means, you know, that it's not a small amount of mass. If it's moving in a manner that's unpredictable, then yeah, you don't want to like get close to it because you don't want your fucking fingies to get squished. You don't want it to like fucking break a bone or some shit. So there's all these ways where like the the example Meerkat gave, like a robot arm could you know, maybe not glitch out, but there could be some kind of problem that is outside the expected parameters, and could like have like honest to goodness health risks to those around them. Shiny that I just saw? It is. Now can I get to it? I'm gonna say maybe. Except I can't climb on this guy, which is kind of a shame. Can't get onto that guy, unfortunately. I could... Ooh, I don't know if I could make that jump. Can make that jump. I'm gonna say we could probably get to that guy. Driving on the highway. Yeah, I become acutely aware of that sometimes, Dude Dead. Especially at nighttime. Especially at night. If I'm having to drive on the interstate at nighttime and people are flying by me going like 75 miles per hour, I get a little bit nervous. Especially if it's like a long distance drive. If I'm doing like the 3-hour drive back from grandma's place, basically. That's one of those things where I get a little bit nervous just thinking about how like we're all just in these very, very fast and generally safe machines flying down the highway, just going super, super fast. And it just takes one fuck up to, you know, for something bad, something potentially tragic to happen. So yeah, that is very much on my mind. Woo. That is very much on my mind, like whenever I'm driving. Not all the time, but in certain circumstances, I can't not think about it. That's wild, Meerkat. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt in the slightest, man. On judgment, folks don't want to drive. Yeah, I mean, both Gracie and I don't really like driving, so that's not a thing that either of us enjoy doing. I know people that like driving, and I think it's a very enviable trait. I wish I enjoyed it. But, yeah, the unfortunate reality, oh shit, of living in the Midwest is that everything's fairly spread out. And of course, that's the case for a lot of parts of the country. Ooh. But a lot of things are fairly spread out. So yeah, the unfortunate reality is that no matter what you do, you kind of have to drive to at least some degree. Wall surfing. Ah. Can I do that to make it over here? Whoop. 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 Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Because of what I was thinking. Get the shiny. Not that I need it, but I kind of want it. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. Oop. I'm gonna see if I can make this happen. Don't know exactly if I have enough of the juice, but I'm gonna see if I have enough of the juice to make it. Oh, you can't climb on that wall, bro. That's so unfortunate. It's so weird. That wall looks so plump and delicious and climbable. No. That wall looks so delicious and so juicy. It's ripe for the climbing, and are breaking my goddamn heart. So we have to come around from some other means then. Very clearly. Whee! There we go. The steam-powered stuff, right. Yeah. Exactly. Is that the thing where they would have a broom? They would have a broom on hand. They would have to like use the broom to like like sweep ahead of them to make sure that they don't just like walk into something where they just get cut in half. Jesus. Yeah, have a 2x4. Yeah, they have some kind of thing to say like to sweep ahead, to like sniff ahead for things that could just fucking uninstall your entire body. Nightmare, man. Absolute nightmare situation. I just didn't have. Yeah, I was gonna say I think I needed the proper setup. There we go. It's a lot better. Getting close to that fella. Woo! Shit! I bounced. Yeah, it's very easy to like snag something when you don't mean to. Curiosity, can I climb up this thing? And not that there's much to see. Oh shit. It's very easy to just kind of bonk a little bit and kind of slide off. Now knowing me from like 2014 when I last played this game, November 2014, I probably tried to get up to these things. Of course, I know I can't climb on that wall. I climb on this one though. Maybe it's not so much the material as it is the angle. Ooh shit. Ooh shit. Maybe it's more to do with the angle of the wall. Maybe that's why I can't climb on it. Yeah, lathes and mills, right? The power of the machine. I mean, you have to respect it, because if you don't, it's not going to respect you. Yeah. Wait, so this is what happens, or these are the things that can happen, rather. Yeah. Oh shit! Can I climb on it? I'm dead. Yeah. Now, I know it's a very funny shit post. The thing where it's like, it'll be that sticker that says like, this machine does not know the difference between metal and flesh, and it will crush whatever you insert into it without hesitation. It's like it doesn't know the difference, or is not able to tell the difference between flesh and metal, or bone and metal, basically. So like, you know, be careful what you stick near this machine, basically. And there's the shit post where someone's like, I'm gonna get this tattooed just above my butt crack. As a butt crack tattoo, as like a just above the booty tattoo. It's like, oh haha, very funny, but like, no, legit though, legit, that is like how it goes, man. Like some of these things, well, generally most of these devices, yeah, don't know the difference. Gotta respect it, man, or else. And yeah, you can't climb on this thing. Just such a bummer. Blind jump. Oh, actually, almost. But should it be able? Oh, well, see, that's the thing. Now I'm committed. Now I am committed. Whoop. Okay. So maybe that's what you're supposed to do. But yeah, the fact that you can't climb on this wall is unfortunate. I think everything from here on out is unforeseen. Unforeseen consequences. Yep. Safety regulations written right, exactly. If there's a regulation committee, if there's an OSHA compliance requirement here, it's because there were enough problems caused by those less fortunate that came before you that it was determined this was the right call. Like, yeah, maybe we should include something about this with our safety program, or this is a thing we need to advise, or training we should require to avoid more issues, more instances. And of course, I'm a software guy, so I don't really have nearly as many real-world situations that I have to deal with, you know, as far as like the stuff that Meerkat's describing. You know, I deal with very, very low voltage electricity situations. The most risky thing I do physically is plugging a computer in, like in a laptop, charger into the wall. Like it's nothing scary, obviously, but we still have to like receive training on all of those kinds of things. Here, maybe. See where else I can go next from here, but we still have to, yeah, even though like the team that I work on doesn't handle any sort of like scary hardware. Oh shit. Or high voltages or dangerous chemicals or substances. There's like other teams that my employer like sometimes, not teams, but there's like other companies that my employer sometimes has to contract out to for certain things that it works on. That sometimes does it require, fucking hell, I just keep sliding. That does sometimes require something more akin to like yeah, like an electrician basically. So if we're like sometimes around that kind of stuff being worked on, then yeah, we still have to receive that kind of training. Ah, fuck, I keep sliding. We still have to receive training on those kinds of things, even though we're never gonna use it just on the regular day-to-day basis. It's just kind of how it goes. Guessing what we need to do is we need to go up that way. Yeah, I'm wrong. Assume it's gotta be that way. Can I make that jump? Not quite. Not quite. Oh, fuck. No. I think this is all just jumping and not climbing. It makes me sad. Sliding. A lot of sliding around on this one. You have to like really land very, very deliberately. Platforms to make it work for you. I can't climb on that one. I go all the way down, I have to climb back up to that slope. If I jump on this one, where does that get me? Can't climb on anything, so if I jump on that one somehow, not sure it's gonna help me. Wonder and just make this jump from here. Oop. Real close, real close. Oh shit. Might be something to that. I don't think I can. Yeah, we can't make that jump. There we go. There we go. That was a tight one. Tight little jump. Now the question once again is, do I have what it takes? Make it further. I can't climb on those guys. I was thinking maybe I could jump around. Actually, maybe. Shit. Fuck. Yep. Yep. Can I save it? Oh. Yep. 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 Oh my god, it's so easy to just slide. Ah, reset. Fucking reset. Yeah, this is tough. This is tough. But at least it reset me to here, which is at least something. The 1960s car manuals taught you how to maintain. Right. Right, yeah. No, I that's just unfortunately how it goes, Meerkat. I think you're exactly right. Yeah, don't drink the battery acid. I mean, you would think, but to be fairly obvious, but fortunate reality is that there were probably enough incidences where where they were like, all right, we need to include a warning now because this shit is fucked. There we go. So you can just jump off of the little slope there. There we go. So made it here now. Now, I'm just gonna assume I can do that little slope surf maneuver and have it catch that little wall segment, or catch this one, then climb up because that one's nice and flat. Encouraging and colorful. What about the Tide Pods? There you go. It was dumb. I mean, it was, and of course the meme took on a life of its own, obviously, but yeah, the idea of let's just make absolutely sure nobody knows there's no hesitation, there's no ambiguity here versus what is advisable versus what is not. Like the little like red and black and gray little I mean, I guess it's grass, I guess it's some kind of foliage, or maybe it's synthetic, maybe it's like a robot grass, whatever it is, it's kind of a cool little bit of decor we see from time to time. Kind of makes it feel that much more otherworldly and sci-fi-y. All this like robot grass, robot plants that are growing out of presumed stone and concrete. Okay, Ace, what's up, Ace? Who's this Lorn fella, man? He's, yeah, I don't know if we are Lorn, if that's like the name of the character, or if it is a hypothetical concept. You know, I'm really not sure necessarily. Game story is fairly mysterious. Oh, I can't climb on that shit. One we could climb on earlier. I wonder, can I... There we go. Climb up to this one at least. If I wanted to... If I can get on that satellite dish. Shit. Okay, try again. Shit. I think if I stand on that guy, what will that give me? Don't know if I can make that jump from there. I'm gonna try it. I don't know if it's that much better to jump from there or to jump from here. Oh, you can. Okay, but you can grab onto that. Okay, never mind. I didn't realize that was grabbable, but I'm glad it is. To consider that sooner. Thing I'm gonna do. Should have thought of this sooner. I showed these before, that my cool little caffeinated chocolate, since I wanted a caffeine hit, and I kind of messed up the input of my caffeine hit earlier because I forgot to actually put the actual coffee in my beverage earlier. I can eat one of these. Caffeinated chocolate, guys. This is really nice. And also, I'm a big enjoyer of dark chocolate. Big dark chocolate enjoyer right here. I should have just popped one of those when I realized this situation. Right, I'd made myself a fun little caffeinated beverage, but forgot to actually pour the coffee in. So embarrassing. Definitely want to make my way up top. I mean, the good news is like that might actually just be a flat surface. And we all know flat is justice. So, yeah, if I can make it to that flat surface. For a moment, it looked like maybe I could jump off of that guy, but now it doesn't work that way. I could just make it to the tippity top. Then everything else will... Yeah, I think I was good. That should work out. I'm hoping to at least make it to the next chapter. I think this is all still considered the wall chapter. Get that guy. Probably. I can probably get the guy. Yay, almost. Am I gonna try this for 30 minutes? No. Damn it. Synthetic flammable fuel. The best kind. The kind that is flammable. Grain bags. No heat source around though. That's what the fuel was supposed to be. The other side? I mean, that wouldn't make sense. I can just get more height. Hoop. And I was gonna say, just so I'm clear, I can't climb on this. Yeah, this is not climbable. Where the answer might be... I don't know. It seems a little bit... a little hokey. A little hokey, not enough pokey. Here, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe jumping from there. Maybe jumping from the tippity tip. Except that thing kind of body blocks it. Yeah, fuck, man. Eh. Oh, did I get it? I heard a twinkle. I don't think I got it. Damn it. It's like I can jump away from it. Does it help if I'm looking up? Would that help? I can like hear it. I can hear it, bro. They've done such a good job of placing it just far enough away. Be a tease. I said I wasn't gonna spend 20 minutes on it. Or I said I was gonna do 20 instead of 30, but I'm already losing my patience, man. This is not gonna be a 100% run. I already knew. Is it just slapping me over and over again? Strong wind that passes through the area. Only periodically. Only periodically. But has been consistent. Not a safety threat, but don't store stuff that's light and blowable outside. These screens. Of lore. I'm gonna guess the wind gusts are something we ourselves will eventually get to deal with. Lucky us. Already know what it is. I'm like trying to like pull a sneaky one. Whoop. Ah. Desperation, man. That's you know it's desperate times. Can't climb the ladder? What the shit? Can't climb the ladder? Really? You're gonna sit there and tell me you can't climb the ladder? Of all things you're not allowed to climb on, ladders are on that list. Get the fuck out of here. Get the heck out of here with that. Hey, we got it. I don't know if that's how you do it, but that's one way to do it. Whether that's the intended strat or not. Fucking works, man. Onto that guy next, and if I can get that shiny, it's a nice to have, but I've already ignored or passed by so many of the extra collectibles. This is not one of those get it all in one go kind of games, or playthroughs rather. A little bit of Titanfall action. I never played Titanfall 1 or 2. I know Titanfall 1 is one of those games where everybody acknowledges it was a good game, it just kind of didn't get enough action, didn't get enough of like a player base basically. But it was a very good game, and I've heard that 2 had a much better reception and performed better and kind of was the better game. But of course it can't, you know, compete with the big dogs, Call of Duty, Battlefield, that kind of thing. Climb, jump, yeah, there we go. Like to do is get up on that stuff. I can land on those slanted surfaces very briefly and then jump to something else, but what can I jump to that would be safe? Again, not a lot of climbability right now, I don't think. I can't like land safely on that guy. I might be able to land on that guy, maybe. Or, potentially get in that little corner, maybe? I don't know. Let's try this one step at a time. So we're gonna say, out of curiosity. Okay, so this is standable. That is standable. I can hardly stand it. Oh, that's not... Okay, that one wasn't... I thought that was going to be climbable. Actually, kind of surprising. Knowing that I can't grab onto that. Oh, there we go, there we go. Yeah, that feels much more akin to what I was expecting. Bunch of AAA duds. Now, Titanfall 2, that wasn't 2025, was it? I feel like that came out a couple years ago. But to your point, though, Dude or Dead, yeah, I mean, that is something that AAA game publishers will never be able to not do, which is waste a lot of money and a lot of time making excessively mediocre slop. It's not always mediocre. Sometimes there's a good one that pops out, but yeah, mediocre AAA titles. That is a tale as old as time, unfortunately. Yes. Question is, there was a shiny. There's the shiny. I think what were some duds last year? I heard pretty good things about Assassin's Creed Shadows, and usually when it comes to Ubisoft, I don't have greatest of hopes or even expectations, but I've heard pretty darn good things about Assassin's Creed Shadows. I can't climb on that. Assassin's Creed Shadows. There's some other AAA games that came out last year. There was a new Call of Duty game. I heard it was just Call of Duty, you know, just the usual. As far as glowing, oh, that was a lucky grab. As far as glowing endorsements go, I heard it was just, it's fine, but it's just okay. It got, I want to say something at the Game Awards. Best competitive PvP fucking getting screamed at by 13-year-old children award or something. I don't know. Chip. Oh, all the way down here, bro. Really? I was doing so good. Actually, this isn't that bad. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Ah! I bonked. It's kind of old by today's standard. Yeah, I want to say Titanfall 2 came out like a minute ago. Crap. I think I can grab that. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I can't. Or maybe I can't from there. Yeah, I can't remember what year it came out, but I want to say it's been a minute. A moment or two. Or it's average. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not so much that Shadows is like pretty good. Maybe fuck. Maybe it's more that it's better than the more recent ones, so it shines by comparison. I would not doubt that in the slightest. Would not doubt it. Tricky one, man. There's not like a lot of great places to land safely for that one. Maybe if I like jump down from the top and slid, maybe that's a strat. Oh, I didn't grab the ledge. That's okay. Oh, Arc Raiders. Yeah, well, Arc Raiders was a multiplayer one. I don't know if they... I guess Arc Raiders is a AAA game. I guess I don't know. I haven't really looked to see what it... who made that one. Black Ops 7. Heard the new COD's pretty shitty. I definitely don't doubt it's probably not great. I thought I heard somewhere that it was okay. But, I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if it was like forgettable. It's almost better in a case like that if a game is like bad versus being forgettable. I don't think that's always the case, but I almost wonder if mundanity is worse. Yeah, it makes me wonder if maybe that's part of the issue where it's like, oh, it's not that the game was bad, but if it was just kind of okay and forgettable, then it's like, ugh, fuck, man, get this drivel out of here. God, it's like I need to calm. I need to slow down, man. Slow down. Land onto something. And jump. Made it here. Oh, it's like I'm just trying to stand still. Holy shnikes. Trying to stand still. I need the shiny? No, but at this point, also yes. Hup. I got it. Made it here. Woo, mama. That was spicy. They defend every single one. The new one's pretty crappy. Yeah. It's entirely possible. Maybe I'm getting my wires crossed, and maybe I'd heard good things about... Wait, is there a new Battlefield game? Maybe... That's a problem, too. I get Battlefield and Call of Duty mixed up all the time. So maybe if there was a new Battlefield game, maybe that's the one that's just mundane. I can't, like, keep the heads or tails of it, honestly. Right. It's like, that's the thing. It's like, if it stands out, that's sometimes, like, where if it's bad, it's like, sometimes it's like, well, they were trying, right? Sometimes the execution is bad, but there were some cool ideas. I'm not gonna say that's, you know, great, obviously, but like, if there was ambition, or if there was, like, some cool, like, you know, I respect what they're going for, but the execution sucked. I mean, bad is still bad, but yeah, mundane is forgettable. The newest Battlefield's pretty alright. But 2042, yeah, I don't think I heard much about 2042. Maybe Battlefield 6 is where I was getting my wires crossed, but I want to say Battlefield 6 was like a couple years ago. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, moral of the story is I can't remember what AAA titles have happened. I mean, I guess Nintendo, I guess the Donkey Kong Switch 2 game, I guess that, you know, that's considered a AAA, I think, AAA game, because that was developed by Nintendo in-house. And by that point, yeah, Mario Kart World, and I guess Kirby Air Riders. Although that might have been HAL Laboratories, so I don't know if that'd be considered AAA. But anyway, like, you know, big studio games. But I'm blanking on other ones, though. Yeah, genuine effort versus generic slop. Yeah, well, there's no shortage of generic slop to be found, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Can I climb on this guy? Yes. So to get to the bird fellow, there's that thing, but there's a shiny something up there, maybe? Still there. Again, do I need the shinies? No. But boy, it can be fun, or at least satisfying, claiming them for my own. No needs. Matter of jumping from there. There might be something you can jump to from the side, or maybe you can climb on that. Ooh, that wall almost just fell right over. You tell if that wall is climbable. I think I might just move on because we'll be here for gosh darned ever. The thing that gave me pause was seeing where that leads, but I think the same place where I like slid down, grabbed the shiny that was on that little corner piece right there. Could probably pretty confidently get onto that guy. I just don't know if that wall is climbable. If it's any sort of slanted surface, we know that it is not. I'm worried that it might be a slanted surface. Because I can't really see an obvious way to get that guy, I might just move on. AI was used? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Not even, like, passable stuff? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that in the slightest. I just kind of assumed it was only a matter of time before that kind of thing would start showing up in games kind of like Call of Duty. I take no joy in running with that expectation or that assumption, but kind of what I presume. And just make that jump? Oop. Yes, but I think only barely. I think the 3 triangles when you're in the danger zone. Maybe there's something. Oh, never mind. I thought it was like a gated, closed gate or a closed door or something. And now, whoa, shit! There was an angle there that I was not expecting. Shit, fuck. Ah. Oop. There we go. So what I was curious about is what this might lead to. Oh, this is climbable for shoresies. For shoresies, it is climbable. Again, no real indicator of where to go to from. Yeah, really, this is just one big. Yeah, from there, like, what does that get you? And I guess you could make. Oh no, you can't make that jump. Yeah. Huh. I don't see it. I don't see the wisdom. I don't see the strategy for that one. What I will do is I'm just gonna stay the course. Yeah, we just follow the burb. Follow the burb. Weird glitch burb. If nothing else, it shows that like it's a waste of money. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, it's frustrating. I'm seeing some screen tearing, which is, well, I think that's what that is. Seeing some screen tearing for sure. But if I restart the game, I'm worried it'll not save my save point. But yeah, that's a fair way to look at it, where it's like, well, hopefully this is a lesson to be learned. I hope that's the takeaway. I hope that's the takeaway. This was a waste of money and like a harm of like good faith. Of like the good faith, to your customers and to your business partners, that kind of thing. Like, it just sucked and no one's happy or richer because of it. That was the takeaway. That was the lesson learned. I'll take it. Or I would take it, rather. Yeah, let's think about this. If I do the surf thing, I'd be able to get a pretty good distance that way. That'd be enough? I feel like the answer is very clearly no. Yeah, it's very clearly no. It's slanted so against the direction or like the momentum we want to go. Up that way. Yeah, maybe this is the answer. Maybe this is like the path that we need. Oh, there's a pipe there. I was so concerned about the shiny. There's the pipe up top. On this other side, something completely different. Yeah. Oh, maybe good faith isn't the right idea, but like maybe goodwill is a better term. Goodwill, which is to say like, because I would imagine there were people that sat around in some kind of board meeting that said, bro, we gotta use this AI shit, man. It's all the rage. It's gonna be great. And it's gonna make us all this money, and it's gonna be great. And no one's gonna notice because, like, it has a bad rep right now, but it's fine. It'll be great. And so the fact that, like, whoever sold the higher-ups, I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and greenlight the use of AI for this project. That's where, like, kind of the goodwill I was getting at, where it's like, whoever, like, did a trust me, bro, on the use of AI, that's the goodwill that I'm secretly hoping will get got. Oh, that's a kill. Are you kidding me? Go up more, maybe? Maybe. What I'm ultimately assuming is that I gotta get on top of this big old boy. But my profit margins, but think of the poor investors. Yeah. Right, eventually, if all they care about is short-term gains, like, you would think that would eventually start to reflect poorly on someone somewhere. Here, can I just climb that guy? I bet I can just climb that guy. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, a lot of us are like, we're kind of gritting our teeth and just like waiting for when the fucking AI shit continues to become more prevalent and more, acceptable. Like, it's because right now a lot of people, rightly so, are not so trusting of it. So I think a lot of the AI purveyors out there are just hoping that there will come a point where it becomes less negatively viewed and it becomes a little bit more acceptable, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more, you know, just kind of chipping away at the cultural acceptability of AI use in software and media and video games and music and movies and all that shit. And, you know, understandably, a lot of us see that, and we see that process, and we say, don't fucking fall for it. We say, don't give them an inch, because we know what that's going to lead to. But, like, that's you know, that's kind of what I think a lot of them are banking on, is just this greater acceptance, or at least maybe not even acceptance, but just less negativity towards it. So any kind of opportunity to look at some kind of AI thing like that and seeing that it's just a universal negative and saying, all right, hopefully this is ammunition to say, here's why it's bad, and let's not fucking get suckered into it. Like, the problem is, of course, a lot of the pro AI evangelists out there, you know, they're all about AI because they see it as an inevitability. They're saying like, hey man, we don't have a choice. This is going to be a big thing. We might as well get on, you know, on like the ground floor. We might as well like be the folks that are making money and are popping off with it, versus those that are suffering, and you know, those that are late to the party. Oh, I think I just fucking backwards, didn't I? Can I just make this from here actually? There we go. So they see it as an inevitability, and they're just trying to not be the ones left holding the bag. Because you know, there was the whole thing with NFTs, and with like a bunch of crypto shit. Like, and this is not to throw all of crypto under the bus, but I mean, it's kind of hard for me not to, at least in some way, because I tend to be pretty cynical about a lot of this kind of stuff. But certainly with NFTs, and to some extent, at least with crypto, there's always someone left holding the bag. There's always somebody getting screwed over. There's always someone, like, in order for NFTs to do well, in order for crypto to do well, there's the suckers that get left in the dust that, you know, lose a bunch of money. Like, that's kind of how that has to go. So I think a lot of that zero-sum game mentality is still with this AI bro, tech bro mindset. And there's this, like, can we, like, be the first ones to jump in on it that way, where they're on the ground floor when it becomes more acceptable, less of an issue for us. They're replacing AI with, replacing people with AI. Exactly. And we're starting to see some of that pendulum swing back as some companies realize they overextended themselves and put themselves in a bullshit situation. You know, world's smallest fiddle, right? It's like, you know, the companies did this to themselves, now they're crying foul on the technology, where it was management that okayed it, but still, it's like, you know, there's some come to Jesus moments happening. And maybe that would lead me back. I keep looking back at that thing, but it's just so far away. I'm just not sure it's the way it's gonna happen, man. Yeah, taking away jobs and lower quality. So yeah, you get all shit and no tangible benefit. So using it as bad. Well, I guess when I say its inevitability is one thing, I guess what I mean is the inevitability of saying we're gonna use it for truly everything. Like, everyone's jobs are gonna get replaced. You know, music is gonna be not made by humans anymore. Movies aren't gonna be made. I mean, like the tech bros that are shoving it down everyone's throat in the most, you know, god-awful and like least reasonable way to do it. That's the kind of like tech bro, like, AI is inevitable and it's gonna be everything, and we need to like fully not just sip the Kool-Aid but gulp it. That's kind of what I was getting at. Because yeah, what you're describing, Ace, it's like, I'm with you. It's like, yeah, there are, I'm sure, gonna be some nice things we can do with it. You know, there are people, usually it's the tech bros, that are evangelizing AI, saying this shit's gonna cure diseases, it's gonna solve world problems, cure world hunger. It's like, cool, I'll believe it when I see it, but all right, bro. It's like, that'd be great. I'm not against solving these problems. That sounds great, but like, Again, I'm a bit of a cynic, so I'll believe when I see it. But yeah, great. Oh shit. Actually, that's okay. Just seeing what's up this way. They're saying, yeah, the current state. Well, that's the thing too. I mean, I guess we, at the end of the day, we don't know what it's going to look like. Well, some folks claim to know, but I question if anybody really knows what's going to look like in, yeah, a year's time from now, a couple years time from now. We saw that, like, the vestiges of what, like, the kind of, like, weird stuff AI was capable of when it came to, like, the Gen AI shit and, like, like, the sort of Google AI stuff. You do a Google search and you see the little AI summary. We saw, like, kind of where that was going, where that was headed in a general sense a couple years ago. Well, I guess a year or two ago. They're like, I don't want to say that that was completely out of nowhere, but I think for a lot of us, it was like, oh, this went faster than we thought it would. There is that aspect of it, but yeah, I'm with the Ace though. Like the idea of like its current state, it's already pretty limited in its application, and the whole question of like, is there a bubble? Is there an AI bubble, and is it about to pop? Because a lot of companies have put a lot of money into AI, expecting a return on that investment, and of course that hasn't happened yet. They keep pumping more money, more data centers, more processing power, more hardware, just more. It'll come back eventually, right? And I don't know. I mean, maybe, but like, at what point does people with the bean counter start to get a little bit concerned? It feels like it can't end well. Yeah, I mean, I get what Ace is saying. Like, there probably will be something that happens, and hopefully something cool. But it's hard to not feel cynical. Medical field's been using it. Yeah. There was some of that when I had my annual physical a couple weeks ago, where my doc sat down. He was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, we have this thing now where like, it'll like, instead of like typing up a bunch of notes, I have this thing on my phone where it will listen to our conversation and it will like save notes about things that are like of a medical persuasion, and not save things that are just, hey, how are you? So that way it's like it's like an auto note taker for him." And he didn't say it was AI, but like the way he described it, I just kind of surmised, yeah, it's probably some kind of AI thing. And I was probably like, I don't fucking care, it's fine, whatever. So like that's an example, kind of like Ace was saying, where it's like that's an area where there could be an honest to goodness benefit, and that's where the skeptics like myself might want to be a little bit maybe less hasty to judge, because it's not all gonna be fuck. But it sure feels like a lot of it is gonna be fuck. That is the constant feeling of just dread. The ever-present dread, man. Yes, this is what we're looking for. Yeah, reading patterns, yeah. Well, that kind of thing takes a lot of processing power, like protein folding, like all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it makes sense that would be like a very much a potential like use that could benefit humanity and not, fuck us over. Unpleasant way. Adding to our livelihoods without taking from someone else's, or impacting a negatively a career path or a occupation. When it's something subjective, yeah, and of course there's the obvious case of like, we were just saying, somebody comes out with some kind of Gen AI dealio, and like the CEO is like, cool, let me just fire my entire, call center staff, and then act surprised when things start, not working, as things don't work as well as they expected it to. There's those kinds of cases where like, a snap decision is made just by shiny software that is made by smooth talking tech bro guy. It's like, great, let me just make a snap decision. It's like, gotta like be careful about that, man. Shit is not the panacea that some management types like to think that it is. Yeah, it's hard. I try not to like fully let cynicism just take over my brain, but there are times where it's tough. Air pressure to 0. And the biome, biome airfield is what it said, right? Air feed, not field, but feed. I did miss where the burbs went, where the burb went. What the burb doing? Can't jump on that guy. These are the biospheres. And probably going to, well, actually, can I climb on these? I think I can climb on these. I was thinking of going to that one, but I think I might just be, I want to drop down with my bad self. Definitely can't climb on that guy. Going to, you know, can I land on that light? That'd be kind of neat. Except it kills you. Fuck. Just the right, like the perfect distance to kill you. The Nvidia shit, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's been frustrating, but unfortunately, you know, for a lot of us, kind of predictable. Oh, I thought I could grab. Bleh. I could grab on that shit. Let's try the light bulb thing. Maybe I can grab on the way down. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's part of where like the bubble is, you know, setting in. Okay, you can't grab that wall. That's really surprising. It looked like you might be able to. That's one unfortunate thing. It's sometimes hard to tell what's metal and what's stone. Of course, when you're walking on it. Oh. Say that like as I'm jumping. It's like, actually, I can't really hear it too much, but like sometimes it's more obvious than not. Nothing else. That gonna kill me? Yeah, true. That kills me too. The actually, oh, I should just get back on this guy. Yes. So the answer might be more akin to what I'm looking for. But yeah, the whole notion of, yeah, the shit that Nvidia's pulling, and it's frustrating because, of course, Nvidia has announced that they're scaling back production of standard GPUs, you know, and user grade level CPUs. And of course, the whole situation with, what was it? Crucial, I think, was the name of the manufacturer that basically said they're going to stop producing RAM chips for you know, for end users, that is. PC, like individual computer level hardware. So it's like, you know, there's all this stuff that's like, these companies are going more full hog into AI grade manufacturing because there's a lot of money there. So it's like, oh boy, it's this hot new exciting part, but this hot new exciting market. And it's like you're putting all those eggs in that one basket, Nvidia and Crucial, and it's like, all right, man. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if AMD were to follow suit. So it just it feels like this slide into a very avoidable problem. They're all bleeding money. Yeah. I did hear about, yeah, that Microsoft had cut some funding for sure. So I can't climb on this. Can I climb on this guy? Oh shit. Okay, I cannot climb on that guy. That one. Might be in trouble when the bubble bursts. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some folks are comparing it to the .com bubble from like the late 90s, early 2000s. I don't know if it's quite like that necessarily. And of course, I'm kind of fuzzy on what things were truly like back then because I was a lot younger. I can't claim to know truly what was going down for realsies, but maybe I'm looking at the wrong side. Let me try that one. Switch I should be hitting? Probably not. Yeah, no, I do kind of wonder how things will look in yeah, maybe like 6 months to a year from now, because I do wonder if this bubble that is forming is going to come home to roost. Asus is the last one for like that's like pure solely about individual RAM cells. Well, I mean, if they're sticking to it, I mean, I don't know if I love the idea of a monopoly like that happening, but you know, they're holding it down, man. Down. So we made it up to oh shit. Thinking about like how did we get here? How did we get here from the get-go? What I'm wondering is if I should, yeah, because we climbed up from that side. I wonder if I should climb down. Climb down this way somehow. What seems to be the case is we need to get towards these biospheres somehow. Right, they're the only ones left. Right, yeah. It's just a, yeah, it's not a monopoly in like the sense of like somebody pulling some bullshit. Just the way the economic forces have played out. I don't love it, but I love it. I dislike it less than if it were some seedy bullshit. Yeah, exactly. The market is just has shifted in a way that I don't feel great about. That is outside of all of our control, of course. Yeah, I feel like I need to get on this one. I feel like that's the key. Can't get on the big slopey boy. On that side, I don't think I can get onto it on this side either. Oh, there is no. Well, there's one real big slopey boy. That's a sharp slopey. That's a mopey slopey. Suspect there's a way. I suspect I need to like. Given that we have so little we can climb on right now. Sneaking suspicion. Then I need to like find a way to climb back down, but in like a different way, basically. They handed it to them, yeah. No, I don't blame Asus. I'm not like saying Asus pulled some shit. You know, for like them being the last holdouts for like pure consumer grade RAM as an example. As I mean, and I know there's others because there's Corsair. At least I assume Corsair is still making RAM, and I'm trying to remember, it was Samsung RAM, but I mean, like, obviously they do other stuff too. It's like, as far as whenever that's their like one of their primary focuses, or that's the only kind of memory they produce. Asus is the one that's kind of holding the flag, holding the banner. No, I definitely don't blame them. If anything, I'm grateful they haven't jumped ship and pulled a Crucial and said, fuck all y'all. We're gonna hedge all of our bets on this AI shit, and we're just gonna really put all these eggs in that one big old basket and hope for the best. All right, man. Good luck. Don't die, please. Another way, unless like, feels weird to be climbing back down the way we just came. Great pains to get onto that guy. Huh. Samsung doesn't do it then? Or their specs aren't great? Yeah, I'm just kind of going by memory here. I going by memory. I haven't actually shopped for RAM or computer parts at all in like probably 3 years, 4 years. It's been a minute. So I'm kind of fuzzy on like who produces RAM or who manufactures RAM. For some reason I thought Samsung was one, but I can't pretend to be on the up and up. I've always been kind of about hardware. I'm more of a software guy. I get up to speed on hardware only when I need to shop for it, and then it fucking flies to my brain the second I make my purchase. Once I get what I need, it's like, yeah, that shit has left my brain. I'm grateful for the folks out there that are much better on keeping up with hardware knowledge and hardware news. I can't go by memory because NVIDIA stole it. I know. Once I made the joke, I was like, oh, low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit, man. Goddamn. Yeah, I'm just going to start climbing down, I guess, because I don't really know where else to go from here. The fact we keep respawning up there is a good sign, I think. Really hoping to beat this chapter tonight. I was thinking, surely I can pick up right where I left off. Oh, shit. Surely we can just pick up where we left off. And there'll be no problems. Come to find out that my checkpoints got deleted. So we have to start the game over again. I was like, well, we know how to play the game. I can beat the first chapter in one setting. Yeah, seeing how late it is and seeing that I still haven't actually had a chance to try out the DLC. Kind of the whole reason I fired this game back up again was to try the DLC. It's like, oh, well, shit, I'm just really firing at all pistons here. And just see if I can, like, squizzle over. It's just so far away, yeah. Do one of these. Let's see if I can just walk this path. Walk this way! And see where this goes. And hope that this will all just connect the way I want it to. Like, if I jump on this, I'm dead. For one thing, it's a decent drop. And I don't know if I feel great about that. Hey, what's up, Shark Value? The AI stuff. It is new, yeah, and that's like, you know, the exciting, like, new frontier aspect of it is, I'm sure, alluring. So I don't doubt what you're saying is correct, Shock Value, that part of the hype is just the newness of it. And it is exciting when technology pops off like that. Happened with smartphones, happened with computers. You know, we've all lived through moments of, like, sudden explosive technological advancement. So the idea of that being exciting is one thing. And economically speaking, it also makes sense that a lot of companies would say, hey man, if we're on the ground floor, we can make bank with this. Like, if we are there to ride that wave and not be trying to, like, play catch up, but if we're there on the ground floor, we could, you know, this could do really well for us. So there's this kind of anticipation of, like, if this is going to be a big thing, and it very well might, how do we capitalize on it? How do we ride that momentum in a way that benefits us and puts us in a good position from a market standpoint against our competition? Like, who could blame them, you know, these companies, for enthusiasm? But the question is, like, is it misplaced enthusiasm? You know, is it being spent in the wrong ways? Eventually it'll fill its niche, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing too. Eventually, like, all the hype and all, like, the overspending and this bubble, like, you know, eventually that stuff will, I think, start to normalize. And it won't be this, like, wild runaway economic freight train that's just, like, accruing all this debt and kind of going out of control. Like, I figure eventually something will soothe, will calm down eventually. So it's a weird state. There's also the cynic view that says, like, you know, a lot of companies went real hype into the Web 3.0 stuff and the crypto integration stuff and the NFTs, and, like, and that's an easy thing to shit on, because, like, a lot of us were like, from the start, we were like, this is fucking stupid. Like, a lot. And the metaverse, y'all remember the fucking metaverse from Facebook or whatever it was, like, all that bullshit. There's been all these attempts by wealthy and resource laden vehicles, companies, to say, like, we are saying this is the next thing. We are proclaiming, we are hereby, from decree of the crown, this has been decreed, a thing that is going to happen. NFTs are going to be hot, and we're going to spend all this money investing into it. Because we heard that, of course, Ubisoft and at least a few other, like, big game publishers, they were starting to, like, invest pretty heavily in NFTs. I think Square Enix was another one. They were saying, like, yes, we believe that this is, like, the next big thing for gaming, and we're, like, all about it. And a lot of us were like, fuck, but we figured that, okay, well, they'll have a come to Jesus moment eventually. So, like, because a bunch of, like, big companies keep trying to like making fetch a thing, if that makes sense, right? They're trying to like kind of force it, maybe not force it, but they want to be on the bleeding edge, and they start to invest money, they start to invest resources, and if it's not bleeding edge, and if this thing fizzles out, they're left holding the bag. So it would really help our bottom line if we kind of nudged this along, if we kind of helped it to be a thing. That'd be real cool for our gain. So like, there's the cynic in me that sees that NFTs fizzled. The Web 3.0, I mean, crypto and Web 3.0 never fizzled, so to speak, but it certainly wasn't the panacea that some of us, well, some people hoped that it was going to be. So I almost wonder if maybe there's a part of the AI hype that is all these other companies, Nvidia and what was it? What's the RAM manufacturer that said they're going to stop making user grade chips? Anyway, I don't know. I'm fucking blanking on the name of these of the company, but yeah, these companies that are scaling down production of user grade hardware in lieu of going full hog in AI shit. If part of that is them looking around and saying, all right, the last couple times we've gone like heavy into something, it didn't work out, but this time it has to work, and we're all doing this together. We're all making like a suicide pact. Like, we all are investing heavily into this, and we're all committing big time, and this has to work. So we're all in on it now, baby. Like, I hope that's not what it is, but there's like this cynical part of my brain that says like, this time we mean it. This time we mean it, and there's no going back, no take backsies. I don't know. I realize that. I feel like that's more. Ooh, almost ate shit there. I feel like that's a little bit more out there and cynical of a theory. The 3D TVs, yeah, that was another big one where it was like, yeah, this is gonna be the big thing, and yeah, it just never stuck. It never stuck. And like a lot of these things, you know, 3D TVs, like, yeah, I mean, Avatar was pretty alright, you know. I mean, the first Avatar, it looked good. The movie itself was just okay, but it looked cool. Like, it looked cool seeing it in 3D. But was it enough to justify buying a whole ass 3D TV? No fucking way, man. No, it wasn't. I love AI generated waifus with 7 fingers. Yeah, I mean, I will acknowledge, like, the AI image generation was like really funny for a while because it would generate such like awful garbage that was so very clearly awful garbage. And it's gotten better, you know. No one will deny it's definitely gotten better now, and it's getting harder to distinguish, you know, when something is AI generated. It's not impossible, and you know, there are ways to kind of know the tell, especially with video. With video, there are ways to know the tells, or at least help you recognize them. But yeah, it's definitely getting tougher. Definitely getting tougher. I'll take handcrafted blender gooner material. That's right, Ace. Spoken like a proper, sophisticated gentleman. Scholar and a gentleman. Thought that was like a terminal for something. Entering into a new biome, methinks. Yeah, Nvidia. They started to take them to make the most guaranteed money. Yep. So the hardware, yeah. Well, and you know, if I were the CEO of Nvidia, if I was the guy that wears the fucking motorcycle jacket everywhere, like some fucking weirdo, like that's like it's attached to his skin or what have you. Anyway, like, yeah, if I was that guy, would I be doing it any differently? I mean, I tell myself I would. I tell myself I would have a soul. But at the same time, I mean, like, well, for one thing, I have no desire to be like a CEO fuck. To be a CEO fuck. And I have no desire to become a billionaire or to run a $1 trillion company. That's not really in my wheelhouse. So it's kind of hard for me to like put myself in that position. But it's like, you know, can I blame somebody or a company for drinking that Kool-Aid so readily and seeing the writing on the wall, seeing that there were dollar signs to be had and taking the low-hanging fruit? Yes, the answer is yes. I can blame them. I can blame them. But am I surprised? I'm not surprised. Can I blame them? Abso-fucking-lutely I can blame them and, like, be mad at them about it, but I can't say I'm surprised. This, I think, would take forever. I'm looking at the writing on the wall here, and I'm like, damn, like, None of these are like just walkable. You all have to do like, you have to do like the weird jumpy thing. Walkable? Nah, no, I don't think any of these are walkable. If you could just walk up one of these slopes, you'd be able to maybe kind of get some like hopscotching, like bop, 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 kind of like jump from one to the other, but I don't think that one's happening. I guess maybe you could like drop from above, up from above. Maybe that's what the next step is. Yeah, the 3D TVs, the 3D glasses, like Justin said, yeah. 3D movie theater showings. Yeah, Avatar was the big one for sure. I mean, that movie, the original at least, was, you know, very much made with those, some of those sequences being meant to be enjoyed in 3D, and they look cool. I saw it in a 3D showing. I thought it was neat. I won't deny those scenes look neat. Was the movie good? It was fine. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. I've seen better. Is this AI slop? Yeah, I know what you mean, Farfanugan. Also, it's good to see you, Farfanugan. I played that exact same game where I see a cool image or I see a cool video, and I have the moment where I go, now wait a goddamn second, I have to like really scrutinize it. I've had that moment already where Gracie shows me something and I'm like, Gracie, I hate to break this to you, but my bullshit senses are tingling right now. Who knows what the future? Yeah, it is exciting and nerve-wracking to not really know what it's gonna look like in 2, 3, 5 years from now. And I think that's why for some of us we have like this anxiety about, like, you know, we've seen Blade Runner, we've seen like these dystopian futures of what, you know, Ghost in the Shell. Like, we see these dystopian futures and fucking Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is like the perfect example of when these kinds of things run amok with no oversight or no, or not enough, you know, insufficient oversight, insufficient pumping of the brakes, saying, guys, maybe we shouldn't be just going for rampant profits. Maybe we should like have a soul here. So like, there's this anxiety, and I don't know. I try not to just go. I try not to just doom. I try not to be a doomer. I'll be a gooner, but I won't be a doomer. AI do my housework. Yeah, do the housework, do the mundane bullshit so that we have time to make our own art and our own music and our own video games. Not have AI do the fun shit for us. That shit's lame. yeah. Or yeah, exactly. Yeah, or it's powered by ads. Yeah. In order to continue, either re-up your subscription or watch 3 minutes of ads, and like the thing where it's like somehow there's like eyeball sensors where if you look away from the screen it resets the timer. Oh my fucking god. Good fucking lord, man. Wasn't I just saying I was trying not to doom? I'm trying not to doom. I don't want to just doom on camera, man. That's gonna like make a mess. I'm gonna have to clean up the webcam. I don't want to just be dooming on a webcam. That's probably a violation of TOS. I'm just dooming out here with both hands. Wash your hands afterwards, Alex. Jeez Louise. Find another way in, they say. I'm just now reading this guy here. Colony has never been in contact with an active one. It's something. It is something. So yeah, I was looking about like climbing some of these areas. I'm gonna guess that is like the next proper step forward. I don't doubt that it is. But I'm curious about doing some climbing action. Probably at best for... Well, I shouldn't say at best. It's either for an optional lore thingy or for one or more of the shinies we saw earlier. And if it proves to be more trouble than it's worth, ouch, then I will continue on my merry way. Sliding back down. Did Sony patent the eyeball sensors thing? I'm not surprised. I'll say the answer is probably, well, I don't know if Sony, but I'll say the answer is somebody probably did. I mean, you know, there's already some category of that where, like, yeah, you have that sort of like, you know, you go to do like a download on, I don't know, I haven't done this in a long time, but like Mediafire or Mega dot D something, whatever, like those like file hosting sites, and it's like either download the premium, or not download the premium, but like subscribe to a premium level, like a premium account, so you don't have to watch ads, or just watch this ad. Sorry, I could stand on this. Watch this ad for like 30 seconds, or like watch this timer for 30 seconds or a minute, and if you tab away to a different tab, the timer will pause. So I know there's already that kind of thing, but yeah, I've not heard of the eyeball stuff, but I wouldn't doubt it. If there was anybody who would patent that kind of thing, I would have assumed Amazon. I would have assumed Amazon or Google. Companies that live and breathe and die by ad revenue and selling advertising slots to advertisers, and selling data to advertisers. I figure, since that's like what I typically think of when it comes to stuff that people that work with advertisers or themselves are advertisers, the thing that would like jump in on the most. Is where's this going to lead? Probably gonna bring me towards something, but what is that something? I climb on this? No, it's just a texture. Okay. I mean, there's shinies down there. Oh, I guess I can just walk up this way. So I think this was like another way to get to this area, I guess. I mean, I'll see if there's anything back here. Beaming the ads into your dreams. Don't joke about that, man. It's already bad enough where you go to a gas station. You start filling up the tank and you get a fucking ad blaring at full volume on the little display screens there. That's one of those where, like, I will go out of my way if I'm, like, filling up the tank. I'll go out of my way to, like, walk away from that screen and just, like, stare off into the distance. It's like I'm such a fucking cynic about, like, advertisements and shit like that. I will like take great pains to avoid that shit. It's like, no, I do not want to watch this shit. I'm just gonna go, like, stare into traffic for 20, 30 seconds, however it takes for the tank to fill up. Boop. Get anywhere. Like, I'm just gonna stare at nothing. I'm just gonna go, like, look at my tires. You know, maybe do, like, use the squeegee to clean off my windshield. I don't want to fucking deal with the ads, man. You can't make me. You're not my real dad. Sony's obsessed with eyeball stuff. I don't doubt it. I mean, of course, the PlayStation Move was, and the eye toy, like, you know, they definitely have had dalliances with like devices that have some sort of connection, you know, to a user beyond just the usual kind of deal. And of course, part of that was to compete with Xbox and Nintendo. But still, I almost wonder if, yeah, there's other things they're kind of getting towards. Discord has the orb stuff. I've never engaged with it, but I've seen the stuff about the orb drops. I know of it. Ka-chunk. Meerkat says, not our problem in Jersey, baby. Jersey, if you even so much as look at a gas pump without a license, they will steal your firstborn from you. Slightly exaggerating. Slightly. Oh, I can't make the jump. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. About that one. Can I make that jump? Whoop. Ka-chunk. No subscription-based costs, yeah. I mean, it's hard to avoid. You know, I'll be the first to admit, Grace and I do have a Netflix subscription. We were talking about Stranger Things, so of course we have a Netflix subscription. Of course, like a lot of us, I got Prime. I got Amazon Prime. I'm not proud to admit it, but it's true. Like a thing on that one. Do I have a thing on this one? No thing. Things found. Make this heckin' jump, man. What if I'm like on the highest point possible? Hey, there we go. It's just a chair. It's just a chair on the side of this thing. What in the world? I like climb through the bottom. know why these chairs are here. That's so weird. I know they're probably not literally chairs, but just what they look like. Ah! Oh, that's a very generous checkpoint. I wasn't sure it was going to be so kind. What am I climbing towards? What's going to be up here? All this climbing towards. It seems unnecessary. Gotta be something, man. There's gotta be something. Maybe I can just follow this up. That's right. That's right. It's gotta be the gas attendant. Yeah, I would feel so bad for the gas attendant to be subjected to those gas pump ads constantly. I do remember one of my friends. He worked at a GameStop back in the day, like way back in the day, or maybe it was an EB Games. It was old school like PS2 era gaming, and there was an ad for a game that was like coming out that they were required to play in the store for like months leading up to this game's release. And it had a like 30 like a 10-second, it was like the ad was like 30 seconds or maybe a minute or so, and in the ad was like a 10-second snippet of Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue, and they had to listen to that shit. I mean, it probably didn't play every 30 seconds or every minute, but it definitely played like several times an hour. So, you know, you're hearing that same soundbite over and over and over and over again. And of course, even the most strident of Motley Crue fan, like mega fan, will start to lose their goddamn marbles after a while if you're just that same shit over and over again. So yeah, I think if anybody, any employee being subjected to like that one thing, that one soundbite, that one video, whatever it is, over and over again, it's like I weep for their soul, because you know that shit fucking hurts. That shit fucking like takes weeks, if not months, off of their lives. This enough? I think I'm still trying to get up to the next one. Actually, maybe I'm full of shit, because there we go. Made it up here. Keep seeing these panels, and I think it's just a texture thing. Me, why I don't like coconut. It's not a taste, it's a texture thing. Oh, we made it. All right. Or most people, when they say they don't like fish, it's a texture thing. Stopping someone from pumping their own gas. That's a fair point too. It's like it's an easy thing to joke about, but yeah, I have no idea like if it's like if there's repercussions. I would assume probably not. It's just more funny to say if somebody like parks their car and is not a gas attendant and like looks at the gas pump. It's more funny to like say that someone like sprints full speed, slaps it out of their hands, say don't you fucking dare. It's more funny to imagine a very cartoonish scenario, even if it's wildly inaccurate and inappropriate and offensive to New Jerseyites everywhere. Alif says pirate. I don't know. It's a lot of work. Usually if there's something that I want to watch and it's just not available on a streaming service that I have available to me, I just won't fuck with it. It's like, it's too much fucking work, man. I don't really need to watch anything. It's more of a convenience. It's like, yeah, Netflix, it's fine. They got enough stuff on there that's kind of neat. The Amazon Prime thing, it has enough benefits. I don't subscribe to Prime for the Prime Video stuff. Prime Video and like the Prime TV stuff is kind of a joke. They don't really have that much stuff that interests me, honestly. We had Hulu for a while, but we used to unsub from that. Like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff where it's just like, the selection just isn't really my deal, my thing. And of course, not everyone's down for pirating and like juggling a VPN and just all the other bullshit that you kind of need to do if you're pirating stuff. I have limited free time enough as it is. I don't need another thing to siphon that away from me. Misrepresent their price of gas. Oh wow, Shockfire, that's awesome. I mean, a shame that you had to pay $100, but 200 bones back, that's actually not bad, honestly. Impressive that they got everybody that, yes, that got gas from that one station. I'm talking of some dedication, man. That is some dedication. So I've made it here. Now what? Do I drop down to the lights? I'm gonna feel like a big dumbass if there was something really cool in that little triangle thingy. I just walked past it like a dumbass. I'm gonna feel real silly. Landing on this guy. Whoop. I sure hope so. Yeah, I missed. Ah! The eye toy was fun. I never actually got to handle one or like diddle with one myself. Saw them from afar. That face when you're not able to diddle. I think this is probably the way we need to go though. But I'm curious what was in that little triangle aperture that caught my eye, where it's like, it looks cool, whatever it is, but I just assumed this would be like a quick little bonus fella. Didn't think it was going to turn into a whole ass thing. And it is turning into a whole ass thing, but not an asshole thing. Oh man, that comes in fast and furious. But climb back up. Do it. I want. No. If you use the purchase with the card, yeah, it's like there are ways, I'm sure. Card holder data and such. Comes in real fast and furious. Gotta be ready for that shit, man. Do I just follow this line here? That'd be cool if it was that simple. Ooh, made it. Might have to do another surfing operation to make it there. Make it there. GPU purchase 10 years? Wow, Aleph, that's impressive. That's impressive. Think of all the money you're spending. Well, that's the thing. We don't really have that many is the thing. We don't really have that many subscription services. We have Netflix. We have Amazon Prime. What else? What else do we have? We don't have Hulu anymore. We don't have Disney Plus. Oh, HBO Max. That's the other one. HBO Max is the other one. So we have those two. Well, technically 3 if you count Amazon Prime, but they don't really fucking count. They hardly count. Let's start. Ooh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This feels like very vertical. Okay. This feels very vertical. It's like it was very steep, very sharp. The full wage, and they can accept tips. That's nice too. And you get to chill, Meerkat. Sounds like a win for all folks involved. Honestly, sounds great. Ace says, "I dare them. I fucking dare they asses." Ace being the kind of homie that like you see him pop up on Steam, and it's like, Hentai Quest 17. Like, so and so's playing Hentai Quest 17. It's like they're not marking themselves offline. They're not hiding it from the library. They don't hide it from the library. They don't mark themselves as offline. It's like they're out and proud, baby. They're saying, "I double dare your ass. I dare these internet companies for busting my ass for downloading petabytes of incredibly cultured hentai." It's like, I dare someone to challenge my ass. Don't be ridiculous. It only goes up to 9. It's okay, Ace. I mean, we both know that series really peaked with Hentai Quest 6. They really started to lose their way after Hentai Quest 6, so it's like the others really aren't even worth considering. Let's just be real here. Streaming a movie or something, yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot of them are able to tap into some amount of knowing your every move. I've definitely heard of instances where, like, for friends of mine that do, that pirate stuff from time to time, or even not from time to time, maybe somewhat frequently, of them receiving like a note in the mail, saying like, "Hey man, we know you're doing some shit. Could you please not? You're violating the TOS." It's like, yeah, I know. I know that shit does happen. Usually it's a little bit more egregious versus like, yeah, streaming one movie. It's like, come the fuck on. But if someone is doing like downloads that are just a an incredible amount of data. Beep, beep, beep. Then they're able to pick up on that, I'm sure. Whoop. This is really tough. Trying to like lean more into blah. I'm trying to lean more into ledge grabs being available to me. Ooh, blah. So I should be doing this. I should go to this one first. That one does not go all the way. Does it? Kind of hard to tell with the depth perception. No, it does not. It does stop there if I felt so inclined, but I don't think I can go from there. I think that's a death trap. There's probably other stuff I'm spending that I don't realize. I mean, maybe. I always check my credit card statements before I pay off my credit card. And I check my bank account stuff pretty regularly. So usually if I'm subscribed to something, usually it's like, yeah, it's something I'm down for. There are times where I kind of go back and forth on, do I really need it? There are times where I've kind of like wondered where it's like, maybe this is necessary, but, or, because there's the obvious case where someone goes, fuck, I keep meaning to cancel that subscription, that's such and such, but I keep forgetting to. That, of course, does happen, I'm sure. I like to think I'm pretty okay about it, though. Pretty reasonably responsible about it. And if there's something that's just not cutting the mustard, then it gets... It doesn't make it... Then if it doesn't make the cut, then it gets cut. I know how that can happen, though. I'm gonna assume... Can I climb on this? Man, I remember being able to climb on things. I remember being able to climb on things. Worried that I might have hacked myself already. Yep. Fucking Luke Skywalker near the end of Empire Strikes Back, man. Just climbing onto whatever he can manage. Whatever he can hold on to. I can't latch onto anything with my cool ice picks. Very sad. Can I climb on this guy? Can't climb on this guy even. God damn. Anime World War II in my Steam library. I think we looked it up one time. I have like 20 Steam games in my library that are all hentai games, and 100% of those games were because Arctic, one of our mods, loves to do this thing where he'll like wait for a Steam sale, get one of those hentai packs that has like 50 games for 98% of a discount, so you get like 50 hentai games for $5, and he'll just go just gift them to like random people in his library or on his friends list, just to be like, oh, I got a gift, and then you see what it is and you're like, fucking really? He's gotten me with that at least a dozen times. How? And I could have rejected it. I could have rejected it and said, heck that, but because I'm such a cool dude, I said, fuck that, I will accept it. I won't ever play it, but it's in my library for those who wish to enjoy such a thing, seeing such a thing in Alex's library on Steam. Now, Alex, it's one thing that you have the game, but did you have to have it? Did you have to have like 3,000 hours in the game? Well, I didn't want to be rude. So I just left the game on overnight a couple times. That's what it is. Yeah. No, I didn't actually play the game. That'd be fucking weird. Am I right? No, that'd be weird. No. If I have 1,000 hours in Hentai Quest 7, it's because I just left it on overnight, because I want to be a good friend, right? He got the game for me. I don't want to be rude. That'd be cringe, man. I don't want to be cringe. Got that public Wi-Fi. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, if it's public Wi-Fi, then yeah, all bets are off, obviously. Well, they download 20,000 porn videos. Wow, that's impressive. It was for personal use. I mean, I would hope it's for personal use as opposed to professional use. If I'm downloading porn, it better be for personal use. Artistic use, I guess there's others, but budgeting, finances, I'm okay with it. I'm probably not great at it, but I try to like be reasonable with it. Whoa! Oh, I lived. The boy who lived. The hobbit who lived. Yeah, I try to be good about it. I mean, there's always things I could do a better job at, but I try to be a good boy. Where's this gonna lead? Only the shadow knows, man. Selling the books. It's insane what people spend their money on. You know, one of my favorite shitposts is the guy where he's holding a receipt. And he's like, please help me with budgeting. My family is starving. And it's like, gas, I don't know, $100 a month. Electricity, $200 a month. When I say gas, I mean like gas heating. And then like gasoline or like car payments. So many $100 a month. Candles. Where is this? Am I dead? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh god. Ouch. Like I just saw a hole and I got excited. Saw a crevasse and I got excited. Anyway, yeah, the guy's like, yeah, but then it'd be like, yeah, candles, and it's like $7,000. Something just absurd. And then groceries, $100 a month. So it's like the comments are like, I see a few areas you could perhaps maybe shore up a little bit. Just a little bit. Some folks are lost causes, yeah. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to like financial responsibility and managing debt, I mean, yeah, some folks, I like to think that some folks aren't just intrinsically stupid, but some folks maybe didn't have an upbringing that encouraged that kind of thing as much. So yeah, that is just how it goes, unfortunately. In some cases, at least. If you're playing us offline. That's a good point. If you're playing us offline, you won't see them play, like, the pop-ups at least, but you will see the, like, oh. You'll see the hours. The hours played. Woo! Oh, I didn't die. Am I a cheating cheater? Chapter cleared. Okay, I was worried that I was like doing something some fucky shit. I was doing some fucky shenanigans. How's about this? It's getting pretty late, but I do want to try some of the simulation stuff. That was 1/8 of the game. That was 1/8 of the game, and although my uptime shows that I've been live for 2 hours, it's been more like 3 hours. So 3 hours to clear that first chapter. And if it's the first chapter, you would presume it's probably the easiest one, right? I died 79 times, apparently. Goddamn. Got a bunch of scans. Yeah, there was at least one scan that I missed. There was that little triangle door that I was like, oh, that's probably the way forward. It was not the way forward. Yo, what's up, Grim? Chafing and dehydration? Well, Grim, I would never deal with chafing and dehydration. Chafing maybe, but I always stay hydrated. Always. So I'm a responsible gooner, thank you very much. Yeah, professional, there you go. Could it be for AI training? Yeah, exactly. It's where it's like, well, it's like, that kind of thing has been illegalified. Exactamundo. Explore and don't fall. Let's take a look. We can't actually say stimulation play. Simulation play. If it's stimulation play, hey, I'm not here to judge. Not one to judge. Who out here is stimulating they play right now? Do I get the goods? We start off with the goods. Very nice. Well, I can't go here because it's all caved in and I'm sad. So what we were playing just now, up until now at least, was the base game, which you have available to you when you buy the game. This, however, is one of the DLC custom maps. There are 5 custom maps that were made as part of a DLC experience. And this is the stuff that just dropped like a few weeks ago. I want to say December 19th, I think. So fairly recently. Cool new DLC pack. And I don't know how long each level is. We're probably not going to beat any of them necessarily, but just kind of want to heck around and see what it's all about, just because it was nice. We got a review key for the base game a year or so ago, but we got a review key for the DLC pack again, the one that just came out. We got a review key for the DLC pack like a month ago or a few weeks ago. So it's fun playing the base game, and I want to eventually beat this game. But for now, I want to try to like utilize the generosity that we received from Keymailer for the review key for this cool DLC pack. So I might as well. I figure might as well. Sure why the lighting changed so suddenly. I'm gonna assume that it's nothing out to get us, that everything's fine, no one's getting murdered, no fuckery, no Monka S. I'm gonna assume that everything's under control. I don't know why this one green fella is being rendered constantly over that way, so I'm implored to go this way. What is you? New Game Plus. Alright, I got a New Game Plus cube. A cube Game Plus. I can climb on this wall. Holy shnikes. What the? Oh, what? What was that? Whoa. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Can I murder myself with this? I'm sure the answer is yes. Yeah, can I get murdered with this damn thing? Yep. Absolutely can. That's really slick. That's really slick. I'm gonna guess that this is something that was added specifically for the custom stuff for the DLC, and that you don't find one of these in the base game. I feel really fast. Are we really fast now? I think we're like supercharged right now. I'm gonna assume we don't get one of these for the DLC for the base game. I wouldn't complain if we did. I'm gonna guess this is a new fella for the DLC, and that's pretty neat. Pretty neato. But you're running out of stamina, so that's the thing. You can't. It's not just like a cheat mode, obviously. You still have to manage your stamina, but there might be situations where. Shit, yeah, that's the thing too. You fly through the air real quick, so it's a little bit. I shouldn't say unwieldy, but it takes some getting used to for sure. Oh my god, we got fucking huge jumps. My god. So I think the New Game Plus thing means you have like the funny this thing, but also like, yeah, enormous jumps. It's like low gravity or something. Huge jumps. Wowee. Can I do a fucking Tarzan? Yep. Too bad, not too bad. This is really cool. Now, the downside of playing this before I've beaten the main game is that it could train some less than ideal habits when it comes to the jump mechanics and maybe even relying on the cool grappling hook thing. Won't have it available, presumably, for anything in the base game. So if I haven't beaten the base game yet, I might be doing myself a disservice by doing this too early. But again, it's getting kind of late anyway, so I won't be staying up very late playing this. Foolish words have never been more spoken, or more foolish words have never been spoken. I'm not gonna stay up late playing video games, you guys. Name one time I've stayed up too late playing video games. You literally can't do it. Impossible. Can't fucking do it, bro. Words spoken by a fool. A foolish fool. Can I climb on you? I sure can. Oh my god. Man, we did like the entire last half of that chapter. What felt like at least the last half of that chapter. Nary a single grabby point to be found. Now I got the grabbies. I wonder. Oh, okay. Never mind. Thought I was a genius. Thought I was a genius. Thought I was cooking. What I probably ought to do is just keep going with the main task at hand, but I bet I can do this. Bet I can do this. Whip! Come back! Whip! Jump! Ooh, am I getting out of juice? No, I will not. All right, so we had to improvise a little bit, but we got there. We got there. Improvising is part of the game. Playing Lorn's Lure is a lot like playing jazz. A lot of improvising. You might die over like almost 100 times in a single session. There's a lot of ambient silence. Pickaxes are involved. I think that pretty much covers it, really. Your legs might get broken in many ways. In many ways, and in many, it's very, like an occupational hazard, really. Just fucking broken leg syndrome. And you have to manage your stamina. And you have to manage your stamina. That's the other one. You have to manage your stamina. Like in jazz, just like in Lorn's Lure, these things, they all mean the same thing. They all point to the same dealio. Oh, shit. No, fuck. That works. I'm glad and sad that our jump is, like, crazy right now. We have such big jumpies. And we're so fast. It's nice. But again, I'm worried it's gonna train me to have some less than ideal habits. I'm gonna get used to how big we jump and how fast we run. And may or may not train me to rely too much on the grappling hook, but we'll see about that. It did save my ass a couple times earlier. Deemed it. Deemed that shit. You know what this game kind of reminds me of? So this is all like one or a series of mega structures. So, you know, there was mention of Portal and Portal 2 earlier. I mean, there's definitely some Portal vibes. Aperture Science and the testing chamber. Maybe not the testing chambers of Portal 1, but like the very large salt mine areas of Portal 2 for sure. One game this reminds me of as well is Metal... Eden? Is that what it was? Metal Eden? Metal... Not Metal Eden. That game I played. Metal Garden. Metal Garden. Garden of Eden, haha, you see what I did? Yeah, Metal Garden, where you're trying to escape a mega structure. And it was a first-person shooter. It's pretty short, single developer, so, just kind of solo project. And, very Half-Life inspired, Half-Life 2 inspired. And it was really good. I'm glad we played it. It was very good. And yeah, this notion of the mega structures we're climbing around and learning about and like the stuff we're kind of hearing about after the fact. The people that lived here, the denizens, and maybe even civilizations that thrived and fell and were like kind of cleaning up the fate. Maybe not cleaning up, but learning about all the stuff that happened after the fact. Reminds me a little bit of Metal Garden. It was kind of fun because we streamed that game last year, and it was pretty cool. I liked it. It was short, but I knew it was going to be short, so it was short and sweet. We got a review key for it, so I didn't mind that it was short. It was actually kind of nice and refreshing, and I love games like that that are very clearly inspired by Half-Life 2. I mean, Half-Life in general, but definitely Half-Life 2 vibes, no question about it. Kind of like original Xbox 360 era, basically. So we streamed it. We streamed the full playthrough, beat it in one sitting, and I encountered a few bugs. Just a couple of glitches that were kind of like edge case glitches. It was one of those where like you crouch, you go into like a little vent, and you uncrouch, you can clip through the wall and fall down to your death. That kind of stuff. Like things that like, generally speaking, you don't have to worry about, but because I was a dumbass, I experimented when maybe I shouldn't and got myself into trouble. I committed some video game crime, so sue me, right? And I was like, no big deal. It's got a couple bugs, but like, they're edge case bugs. They're not like a huge deal. None of them were game breaking. The one issue is that the game doesn't really do a ton of autosaves. It only saves when you like go into a new area, and some of those areas take a long time to play through. So, you know, you spend half an hour trying to navigate one spot, you slip and fall to your death. You just wasted half an hour because it respawns back at the start. Like, that did happen a couple times. But anyway, yeah, so some of those glitches were not a deal breaker at all. And then, like, a day or two after my stream ended, when I played the game, I got an update on Steam saying, like, oh, hey, we just pushed a couple new updates, and here are the patch notes, and the bugs they fixed were the ones I encountered. So I almost wonder, is it possible the dev, or what, I think it's a solo dev project, is it possible that the dev, you know, maybe didn't watch the stream, but maybe, like, watched a couple snippets from the VOD or the YouTube upload, and were like, ooh, I saw him got there. I don't know, maybe a little bit self-serving to make that assumption. But it's not it's not like a, you know, super popular game, obviously, so sometimes it's like, oh, maybe Senpai noticed me. You can grapple onto, seems like any service. Most services. Whoop. Yeah, no surprise. This one's a little bit spicy. I wonder if I can, like, get up. I jump up. Up. This feels like something I should be able to just slide up to. I cannot climb on this wall. Up. See, I'm still going too fast. Yeah, it's like I got the thing. Now, that's one thing to consider. If you acquire the crystal, you don't have to survive the landing. So that's fine. I got the shiny. I don't have to survive the landing. That's fine. Everything else is extra credit by that point. We got what we needed. Good enough for me. That being said, we're probably starting to go this way. I'm on this wall? Yes. Are we learning about the game, or are we learning about the game? Ah, you got me there, Aleph. Got me there, my man. A very lucky break. I wasn't so sure. I don't know if I love instances like that where it's kind of, you have to do a bit of a blind jump, bit of a leap of faith. Find the next path forward. It only happened in the base game, but yeah, in that instance, there was no way to know that there was going to be a lip on the other side. But maybe the expectation is, well, you're going to have great jumps and cool grappling hooks, so you're going to have tools that you wouldn't normally have in the main game, so. As a result, the expectations have had their ante further upped. Woo, shit. Woo. There you go. So you can use the grappling hook to save your ass if you slip like that. It's really slick. It's really cool. Woo, shit. That's fine. I'm gonna assume this is the right way. I'm just going ways that feel correct. I will go into a particular objective, but just like that looks encouraging. That doorway looks enticing. That also looks very mysterious. Very mysterious. Also very mysterious, because it's so misty. So misty and foggy. Look at this. We're having to take the stairs. And by stairs, I mean slight incline. Slight incline of a slope. Going faster. Can I climb this guy? No. But I could probably pull some bullshit and do some Tarzan grappling hook shenanigans. Swing my partner round and round. Climb on this guy? Yes, you can. I'm shocked I can climb on that. Because I have such big jumps. Maybe shit, man, maybe I shouldn't have grabbed the New Game Plus. Maybe that made the game too easy, because now I'm just flying, man. Flying and hopefully not dying. Can I just fucking yeet myself and hope for the best? A little scary. A little bit scary. Maybe I think I can make it to this one, no problem. Have a good idea. Thanks for hanging out, bud. Chilling with us, my dude. Get some good sleepies. I'm assuming we want to go that way, and that doorway is very enticing. Don't know if I'm, like, expected... See, it's like I could probably fairly easily glide down there. Or not glide, but swing down there. I don't know if that's, like, the expectation. And look at that. We almost don't even have to use our climbies. Yes, white knuckle. Yes. Yeah, Grim. I think... So this game came out first. But I've also played White Knuckle, and I fucking love that game. I like this game a lot, but I love White Knuckle. That game fucks. That game fucks, it clucks, it ducks, and it bucks. It's very, very good. And I would agree, anybody that sees this game and they think it looks neat, I would also say that, yeah, dude, White Knuckle all the goddamn way. Very, 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 very good video game. But this one's good, too. And it's, I mean... Like Grim said, there's an obvious comparison to be made. They also do their own thing. You know, they're very much doing their own thing. They both bring something unique and worthwhile to the table. Yeah, both very, very good video games. Highly recommended. I feel like I shouldn't be able to do this kind of like slope skyward, or not skyward, Skyrim jumping. It's like Skyrim mountain climbing of just kind of like jump, 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 and just kind of like cheesing it a little bit. The cheese feels, dare I say, just a little bit undeserved, maybe. Whoop, still too much. It's dead. Keep getting to that same point. I keep getting excited. Maybe what I should do... I'm on that guy. What would that get me? I would be able to get up to that spot. Or I could say... right here. Here we go. Now I'm able to go all the way to 55. I can actually get to the side now. I'm pretty sure. Can I climb on this wall? I sure can. Good lord, I'm so spoiled now after what felt like a million years not being able to climb on things. Climb on anything and everything. And not everything, but a whole lot more than earlier, that's for sure. And hoop. Guessing we're heading down. Heading down with our bad selves. Could do a little slopey boy, a little slopey slide. That's what I should do. Not slip and slide, slope and slide. Totally different. It's one of those where it's gonna poop me out here. It was a little bit unnerving seeing that speed indicator start to kind of light up. Like, oh, we're coming in hot. Coming in a little bit hot. Oh, shit. Oh, shnikes. Not sure. You know, maybe it'll be okay. Maybe it'll be okay. And if it's not okay, then I lived a good life. Or is this gonna poop me? Is it gonna poop me safely? Is that a safe poop? That was not a safe poop. That was a dangerous poop. It's dangerous and painful poop. You don't want your poop to be both dangerous and unsafe. Yeah, maybe the strat is to jump before you kind of like launch off of that kind of high-speed slope. Or just do that. Yeah, just clip on this guy with the climby boys. See what's in that mysterious doorway? I sure hope so. Sure as heckle hope so. One's a bit more of a stretch, but I think we can do it. We got the stamina. We got the goods. Good enough. All right. Now, we could drop more, but I don't think we need to. Found the doorway with its single light. Triangle ominous light. Is that the end of the chapter? Probably not. Probably not. Just a very long and ominous hallway. My favorite kind. Dark, ominous hallway. Oh my. Oh. Unexpected. The ominousness has only grown. It's actually kind of nice, though. It's nice having, like, a whole degree of... an additional degree of freedom and movement capability. In the base game, you're, like, kind of scraping by. And you almost feel like you're cheesing the game a little bit. You almost feel like you're having to cheat a little bit to find your way in the base game. It's like you're really constantly at your, like, limit or near your limit of, like, what you can pull off and what compared to what the game is asking of you or expects of you. In this game, it's like, or in this map at least, it's, man, I have so many movement options. I feel like I can do anything. So it's kind of a breath of fresh air. Now the thing is, at the start, we were given the ice picks, and then we found the New Game Plus power-ups as well shortly thereafter. There's no guarantee that all of the custom maps that are in this DLC pack include the ice picks at the start, or even at all, and or include the New Game Plus stuff. So that's not always going to be a guarantee. In fact, it wouldn't shock me if maybe one of these DLC pack maps had like a challenge where you just never get the ice picks and it's just raw platforming, just completely as it is, as you were born. Someone earlier asked if this game had a setting that was reminiscent of Alien. Maybe it's because I've seen it very, very recently, but the first thing that jumps to mind, for some of us at least, is Blade Runner. But I mean, they're both sci-fi classics, both Ridley Scott. But also, both from a similar era. And both are evocative of, like, sci-fi coolness, but also spookiness. The bonus fella. You know, I can, like, do just untold amounts of platforming coolness. Found some oil. Presumably is what this is. I can't climb on that guy. It makes perfect sense. I wouldn't expect to. I feel like I shouldn't be ledge grabbing these things. Like, these are jumps I should not be allowed to be making. And yet here I am making them. And we're just going to continue that way then. Again, if I can try to find my way without relying on the grappling hook, I'll feel really cool. Yeah. And that's it. We found that shit. Have a good night, Meerkat. Thank you for hanging out, my band. Always a pleasure. Get to chill with you. You and the homies. Despite the technical snafus, now we had some technical snafus and some dips and some situations. Appreciate folks sticking by despite some technical frustrations. Happens to the best of us, or that's what I tell myself at least. Speaking of, like, blind jumps, in this case it's more of a blind drop or a blind slide. For where it's gonna lead me. Getting late enough where I'm wondering if I should call it pretty soon here. I keep thinking, oh, I'm probably so close to the end. But I really have no way of knowing. No way of knowing. It doesn't say anywhere. And I wouldn't expect these kind of smaller map. Like, I'm assuming this is a smaller map in general. It wouldn't shock me if this was considered smaller and simpler even. Well, maybe not simpler, but smaller and like quite different from the base game. Like a base game chapter, basically. Or maybe it's analogous to a base game's chapter. It's hard to say. Now, this actually might be an instance where we have to use the grappling hook. So I don't see any other ways up. On this guy. Oh, you can't climb on the wall. Okay, for some reason I thought you couldn't. For some reason I thought it was unclimbable. Thought that was illegal. An illegal gamer move. An illegal climber move. You can even climb the middle fella. Never mind. We are all go. You can see the shadow of my guy doing the climbings. Oh shit. Of Lorn doing his luring. Woo! Like if I've proven that I don't need the grappling hook to get to an area, it's like, okay, then I might use it the second time. For a stylish show and or just to keep things moving. Ooh, dark and spooky. Ooh, another mega structure. Look at this big thing. Holy moly. This looks like it's straight out of White Knuckle. Just the general vibe and like the aesthetic and even the color palette. Thin ass bridge. This is some this is where Gandalf absolutely would take down the Balrog. No question. No question. This is the Balrog is going down right there. Perfect width and like thickness of the bridge. It's perfect. Just woo. Am I going down? I guess I don't know. I haven't thought that far. I'm just kind of going. I'm following my nose wherever it goes. See red. See red glowing thingy? I'm gonna say that's where I'm going. And now suddenly I'm very grateful for the improved and quickened movement speed. Doing some heavy lifting for sure. Oop. Oop. What's the red light? Ooh, a whole bunch of stuff down there too. My goodness. It just keeps going and going, man. Man, I feel so empowered with all this great stuff I have. That had like a thing we could do, but kind of some kind of use, some kind of switch on it, something. I'm on this guy. I wonder if I should have gone there instead. Is there? Oh, I was gonna say that'd be a really sneaky place for a secret right there. That'd be really smart and devious. Deviously devilish. Devilishly devious. Seymour. See, but now by this point, like, I'm stubborn. I'm thinking, like, man, now I want to take it to the end here of this, just of this chapter, of this one map that we're on here. Anything else back this way? I don't know if jumping is faster. Feels like it is. Might be an illusion. There's nothing else that's faster. After all that... Secret? Damn it, I'm telling you, that would be... If I was a game guy... Well, I am a game guy, but I'm just a guy who plays games. If I was a game developer person, that'd be a great place for a secret right there. Okay, now we're doing some Spider-Man shit. Now we're pulling the Spider-Man shit, and that's not what I expected from this game. But again, it feels really fun to fuck with. You do start to run out of stamina. Like, you lose more than you gain after a while. Really cool, though. It's really neat. I'm gonna do this the right way. Presumably. I mean, I could probably swing over there with our cool Spider-Man grappling hook, but... gonna go investigate. How can I get down with my bad self without falling and shitting and pissing and pooping and coming all at the same time? Do this without reliance on the fun toys. And the toys are very fun. Let's not mince words. They're really cool. They're really cool and really shiny. Slidey boy. I take the slidey boy. I shall take. Oh, I can just walk on the slidey boy. I'm not sliding. Well, that's part of the new game plus features. I climb on you. I climb on you. Yeah, I figured that'd be maybe a little bit too good to be true. We're just flying. This feels so much easier than the base game. Part of which is with the enhanced jump and with this thing. Man, it's like this. I'm gonna be inevitably sad when I go back to the base game, and I'm like, I miss having the big jump and the fun toys. I'm gonna miss the fun toys. And this, I'm guessing we just follow this guy. And if I got a thing, that'd be really cool. Like a little minecart or something. Some Donkey Kong Country action. Something. There's also a guy down there. I'm gonna assume he... Oh, wait, is it... Oh, that's a secret. Okay, well, I gotta get the secret. I just gotta. See, now I'm like a little bit more inclined to fly a little bit closer to the sun now instead of being safe. Being scared. Being scared. Gonna guess this kills me? It does not. I'll be dipped. Question is, how do you get back? Well, and of course the beauty is that it doesn't matter how you get back. Woo! I'm dead. Because when you die, it don't matter. When you die, it don't matter. It's as long as you picked it up, you don't have to stick the landing. As long as you got it once, then you're set. So now we're set. Rice Krispies? Gross. Rice Krispie treats. Now we're talking shock value. Shock value, do you have a favorite flavor or, like, variant of Rice Krispie treats? Because I remember as a kid, there was the original. There was, like, a chocolate thingy. Or maybe it was chocolate and peanut butter. Or maybe it was both. It's really cool, by the way. Really cool aesthetic. I don't remember all the ones that were available. But, oh, there was one with marshmallows. With whole marshmallows in it, that is. Subway. The OG, yeah. One of my favorite snacks as a kid that my mom and I would make sometimes was like homemade Rice Krispies. Getting them warm out of the oven. Oh, mama. Oh, baby. That's that good shit right there. Is that the chapter? Or the map? Or maybe it's just a transition to the next point. Oh, so yeah, so you do like warm them up yourself? Oh, beautiful. That shit's brilliant. That's that good shit, man. By the way, it's completely dark. If it's dark on your guys' screen, it's dark on mine as well. I can hear things. I just don't know what's happening. Really thinking that was like the end. So confident. You can even climb on the subway, fella. That's a cool looking door. Look at that. That's fucking sick. Some 2001 Space Odyssey shit right there. There's like we're in like a town village. Man, this is a wild juxtaposition from what we're used to in this game. And man, now I'm curious. Now it's like more, dare I say, adjacent to urban exploration. And Not what I would have expected for a game like this, but I'm not complaining. I'm grateful for the variety. I guess the devs said, well, you know, we can just do more of the same. Mega structures and ambient sci-fi cosmic horror, or something more weird and more bizarre and yet somehow strangely fitting. For secrets, because of course I am. I'm able to leap from house to house, from building to building, excessively wimbly bimbly. Extra wimbly, hold the bimbly. I am curious. I'm impressed we were able to squeeze by that one little spot. That was kind of fun. Pretty dark in some of these corners, and that's why I'm like, I feel like I should be keeping my eyes peeled for secrets and the extra little shinies and sparklies. Be very easy for them to kind of tuck them away somewhere. So let's see, what am I looking for? We walked up this way. It occurs to me, I might be a doofus. I like doofus, but I don't know if I know where to go from here. That is, you climb the wall. Maybe go up. I thought for sure there's like another path around like that kind of level to follow. Assuming that, well, I guess there's not really a path that leads to that, so that's probably not it. The answer is probably uppies. Probably uppies. Uppies all the way down. Or all the way up. Keep my eyes peeled for the shinies. Now I realize I said keep my eyes peeled for the shinies. It occurs to me it sounded like I said for the Chinese. I don't even know what that would mean, but no, I mean like little sparkly collectible shiny thingies. Like that guy. Boop. One. We got bonk. Very nice. Really? One of those. And we're back to where we came from. So easy. Now the question is, are we intended to get back on the train tracks? I wouldn't expect there. I wouldn't expect us to. That's how we got here. So going backwards in the train track seems opposite of progress. Climbing. Nothing else. Go up seems like a solid strat for a game like this. When in doubt, go up. Good. Boxes. Random. Is there a door? No door. Okay. Up top. Nothing. That's disappointing. Sparklers in the air make me think there's maybe another shiny. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled. Like the little rainbow sparklies are sometimes indicative of a secret somewhere. Secret fella somewhere. Get closer to that thing, whatever it is. I see there is like a fella over there. Shall investigate. I'll go ahead and use a grappling hook. I might as well. Actually, I panicked. I thought I could grab onto that, but when I couldn't, I panicked, but I didn't need to. Shit. Ouch. Woo! God, I'm trying to like save myself time, and I'm being a dumbass. Getting impatient. Again, this game is, or this DLC is very good, and this map is very fun. But it is like training my goblin brain to like try to like do little speed skips and shit like that. It's fucking dangerous, man. I'm gonna guess more uppies. Gonna guess my philosophy of when in doubt, go for uppies continues. That we would have been able to reach this very easily, even without the cool New Game Plus abilities. Closer to that guy, whatever it is. Very mysterious. Looks a little bit like Darth Vader's head. Like the shape of the opening, at least. Little stuff on the side. Maybe not so much the vertical light vagina, but everything else. Overall silhouette, the overall shape. Climb through? Yeah, I can climb through. So mysterious. Yeah. And again, we always have the grappling hook if we get desperate. Desperate times call for grappling hook measures. I don't think we need it. Something shiny over yonder. Something glinting in the dark. Shadows are weird. Probably up. That one next, probably. Go back. Probably easier to just climb from here. Same kind of thing. I'm pretty sure we can climb to this very freely. Takes a second. And on the time. I'm fairly confident. I feel like I've said this like 4 times than I wish to admit in the past 30 minutes, but I think we're almost done with this map. And before this DLC takes 30 hours to beat, and each map is like 6 hours long. I mean, presumably the DLC is meant for people that have already beaten the base game. But if they wanted an extra challenge, that's how those kinds of things usually go. But yeah, like I said, this one's really not that hard. I could go up there if I wanted to, but the next obvious place to go is this one. I like to think, even considering if I didn't have the New Game Plus abilities, it's like pretty straightforward. I'm liking it. It's kind of refreshing, honestly. Not everything has to be like dick-achingly difficult. Dick-occult, even. Sometimes it's nice when it's like standard challenge level, not like really, really... I missed. Not like really hard to comprehend, or hard to follow, or like of like non-linear weirdness. Oh shit! Did I make it? Not quite. Very easy to slip, especially when you're going fast like this. Getting late and you're getting tired and you're getting impatient. Dangerous combo. Thank goodness for this enhanced movement speed. Be a lot of just kind of waiting around otherwise. Oop. Getting close to that shiny, which is probably our next destination. We came from humble beginnings from down there. I remember like it was yesterday, or at least an hour ago. Well, yeah, 30 minutes ago. Oop. Like in the base game, every path, or not even every path, just every area has like so many other pipes and other platforms and just other things to kind of like distract you a little bit. And I make it not so clear which is the right path, and you're kind of like trusting your senses. Your sense of like what feels like the correct direction. You're just trying to like fumble your way through it. Kind of nice that this one's a little bit more simple and even, dare I say, straightforward. And maybe even also I would dare I say linear, more linear, which is not a bad thing per se. I know some folks treat linear gaming like it's a 4-letter word. Kind of refreshing, honestly, sometimes. Kind of pretending it isn't. Get that guy? Oh, I can absolutely get that guy with one penis tied behind my ass. Or inside my ass? Got it. That. I don't know. Not sure what that is. Do I explore it? I feel like I should keep going the way we're more or less intended. Are we meant to go all the way around? Because I keep seeing these little platforms. Keeps going. Going. If it keeps going, I shall keep going as well. Are we supposed to slide? I'll slide. And hop. After all that. Is it like a utility door? It is. Alright. Very shockingly loud. Actually, I don't even know. Oh, I guess, yeah, that's the door. Okay. No handle on this side, though. Now, blue. Are we in a refrigerator? Gold. Inside area with a giant crystal chandelier. Dark and it's blue and it just feels cold. Emotionally. But temperaturally as well. Oh. Thing I have to activate. Just jump over that one or climb through it. Like I do with most of my problems in this game. This one's open. Yeah, another case of I feel like I should be looking for secrets. Especially with the little rainbow particles in the air. That's usually a sign there's something afoot. Question of where is it? If I don't get it, it's not the end of the world, but it's a nice to have. Oh. Yeah, I thought I saw something shiny. Very dark. What am I walking towards? It's so dark. Going up? Yes, I think. It is so... Jesus, it is so dark. Oh my god. Okay. I think I did good. Is it a coffin? Like an like, well, kinda. It looks like a door to a coffin. Starting to look more like a Counter-Strike 1.6 custom map. Like oversized doors and stuff like that. Very interesting. Yeah, some Half-Life, like some gold source engine kind of stuff. I will abstain from dipping into the oil, the gloop. And now it's some Half-Life 1 stuff for sure. Oh my god, big gloops. Oh shit. Oh, dead. Bloop. Right. Hup. Chapter clear. There it is. 51 minutes, 8 crystals out of 12. Not bad. 0 scans to be found. I died 14 times. I mean, way better than 60-something. 70-something. Yeah, that was a very cool chapter. That was a very cool chapter. So we cleared the first chapter of the base game and the first chapter of the custom maps. Just explore and don't fall. I don't. That's why it's called Blame. But it was really neat. Dare I say, yeah, I like that a lot more than the base game. Now, granted, the base game, of course, is a lot longer and has been out longer, and there's plenty we haven't seen. Maybe some of the later stuff in the base game is a little bit more direct and isn't quite as like, I don't know, like all these potential paths like exploding out from you and it's overwhelming. It takes a while to really get your sea legs in that first chapter. So, yeah, this game's definitely got hands, and I knew that it did. I knew that it did because this was not my first dalliance with it, but yeah, I was very impressed by the DLC, or that first map of the DLC, so there's definitely more where that came from. I'd like to come back. I definitely want to come back to beat this game, but yeah, what I'd really like to do is also come back for the DLC. Now, clearly, I'm in the minority here because I look at the Steam achievements. There's 66.9% of people who play this game have beaten Chapter 1. I was actually expecting it to be lower, because that first chapter was pretty tough. That being, said, it occurs to me that the average kind of gamer that plays this game probably is a sicko. Like, this kind of is a game for weirdos who are into the really tough challenges, really tough platforming, difficult challenge kind of deals, parkour, all that jazz. This is probably more meant for that kind of game enjoyer. Therefore, it would not surprise me then that the percentages for some of these challenges, for the expansions, or what do I say, for the achievements is probably going to be higher than I would expect. But that's going to do it for the night, friends.